recording. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Rocks, Balls, Everyone Dies. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo now, formerly the Enterprise, currently the Nostromo. This is episode 47. I'm pretty certain of this. I fucked it up last time, but this time I'm only 80% certain I fucked it up. So this is episode 47. Whereas Trump would say, I don't know, chicken, I don't know what he would say. He would say it's 27. I don't know. He would deny that numbers exist at this point. I don't know.
Got him.
Like 47, just an 8, 6, 7 at most. Not as good as 47.
Not as hot as my daughter. Anyway.
No.
So, speaking of Trump's daughter, Johnny, what happened last game?
Tony, I didn't want to talk about the game. Okay. Last time on the Enterprise, the crew of the Nostromo arrived at the shores of the exalted Empire Foralis, made port in Fair Valley to drop off our halfling passengers that we had picked up on the other side of the sea for a little reward, and did a little bit of shopping, not too much, and also talking to some people in town to try to figure out anything about what happened with the Summer King and what the current state of affairs is, which at the moment is still kind of murky. We heard that apparently some mountains had sprung up around the forests of the Summer Court that were not there previously. Learned a little bit too about some ancient elven ruins outside the city that might have some valuable loot, but are also patrolled by metal men, might be dangerous. From there, we decided to sail on further on the coast to the capital city of Foralis. The name escapes me at the moment.
Ryanair.
And Ryanair, that's right, yes. And let's see, while we were there, yes, we sailed there specifically so we could get off the ship and go by foot towards the Summer King's court. It's a slightly shorter distance on foot to find out what's going on. And while in town, also decided, wisely or foolishly, remains to be seen, it's foolishly, to try to reach out to Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud to try to get a little more information about what his whole deal is, specifically bargaining with an old Felorian ring that we got way back from the Alodra that I vaguely remembered halfway through the stream last week. Managed to get an audience with him and didn't wriggle a whole lot more info out of him other than the Kiddick has a very hefty price on his head to be returned alive, and apparently has some royal lineage in him he didn't know about beforehand, and he wanted the ring very much to be able to curry extra favor, and we left, not acrimoniously, but he left kind of pissed. We didn't have it on ourselves, but maybe on our way back from the Summer King's court, we might try contacting him again to try to resolve that and get some info, maybe, if we're feeling especially suicidal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's about where we left off last week. Corey, who's our sponsor tonight?
This week's sponsor is volcanology, the study of volcanoes, their eruptions, both past, present, and future. Also, the study of lava, magma, and any related geological phenomena. That is volcanology, the sponsor of the week. Over to you, Tony.
All right, Aaron, just moving the thing over to Ryanair. Okay, so yeah, we left off. You guys had just gotten back to the ship. You had met with Count Chauncey Nickelcloud briefly. Couldn't really agree on what you wanted to give him the coin, the ring for, right? And yeah, he kind of left that open, but very much he is not willing to divulge information for free. It has a price. So you guys are left in Ryanair. It is currently, what day is it again?
32nd of Arma.
32nd of Arma. So Arma. I just have to look back at my calendar. Arma, 32nd. Okay, so it is close to the holiday of Shilro. Okay. Oh, shoot, I was on the wrong calendar. Arma, 32nd. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for making notes on the side. That helps. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? You guys find yourself on the ship. It is still the 32nd of Arma. The night has not come yet. You find your guys' selves all gathered back on the bridge of the Nostromo. Your characters maybe did some shopping, went out for some information. So far, not a lot has been exchanged back and forth. We just kind of got back. Because I don't think you guys have talked to the other PCs currently yet. Had you? Or I can't remember at the end of the last game. Had you discussed?
Oh, yeah. Matt and Tom, and Corey had returned from the meeting. And told us
and told
you.
Yeah,
we talked to each other, yeah.
So at this point, you guys find yourselves on the bridge. What do you guys want to do? You guys are in Ryanair. You guys have learned there's something happening to the south, right? That's about it.
Isn't it rising again? South.
You'd have to talk to the Brilliants.
The Brilliants are in the north.
Well, you'd have to talk to the Democratic Free States of Tortistra then.
There you go, those heathens.
Southern aggressors. All right, I'm not going to interrupt. Go ahead.
Decadex kind of reeling at the moment. Speechless for once.
Smoot's really hungover. He didn't remember much at the end of last game.
What a shame.
Yes. Hungover. Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So,
It seems that we've learned a great deal. Well, we've learned still something quite interesting about our dear friend Mr. Smoot. And we've learned something quite interesting about our contact, Mr. Nickelcloud. I assume then we should proceed with our original plan of moving forward and trying to visit the Summer King.
yes, shouldn't be too far travel from here in Renair. And figure out, maybe along the way, on our way back, if we want to, attempt contact with Nickelcloud again and maybe reserve the Hearthstone as an emergency escape if need be, if we can't escape on our own.
Like that idea a lot.
Yes. And send the crew to sail the Nostromo back to Fair Valley.
Yes. That's right.
Land
Yeah.
originally.
Yep. That I remember, yeah. So I knew there was one more big thing like that. Did we decide if we were going to no wait, never mind, you already said that. Never mind.
Agreed.
Alright. I was like, did we decide to go we're gonna talk to Nickelcloud again? It's like, yeah, they just said that.
Make it so.
My bad.
Not right now, at least, but yeah.
No.
Yeah. Let's have a few
Gotcha.
days to unclench our buttholes before attempting that again.
Besides, we need to let him stew a little too.
Yeah, it's okay, good.
Yes.
So is the next thing that we want to do, we want to go to the,
The Summer King.
and
Yes.
is he in the Ilanda Woods, or Ilanda?
Illidan.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what we have found out.
Yeah, just southwest of Renair. I don't know if we, or Ryer, I don't know if we need supplies or anything, but beforehand, we didn't do much shopping in this particular town last time.
You guys do know it's dense woods, the Illidan Woods. That's about it. There are roads that lead you by there, but there are no roads through there. It's
sense.
wildlands.
Did we mention anything about needing a guide, or are we going to be okay?
We should be fine. We've done enough navigating across the Isle of Dread at this point.
How much more dangerous
You
could
can
it
handle the
possibly
modern
be?
world.
Oh god, they have plesiosaurs that can fly and swim.
Some guy named Strahd. I don't know.
Sounds like a pushover.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me cookies.
Should be easy.
He keeps inviting me to dinner. What a studious host. So,
But do we want to set off now or rest for the night here in town and set off the first lights?
So if
What
we
time
stay
is
in
it
town, we
right
should
now?
rest. We should do double watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah.
let's take off in the morning.
I agree.
I need to pick up some rations for the road while we're out there then.
Yeah, I should too.
You really don't.
We have a lot of
Guys.
rations.
Well, not just that, but I've got the spell create food and water.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there you go.
But you have to make Hostess Twinkies every day, Smoot. It gets tiring after a while.
Yes, damn it. They're my favorite.
You're gonna kill us all with diabetes.
I'm not Wilford Brimley.
No one is now, alright. Oh, we have fun. Okay.
So rest tonight and then leave in the morning.
Yeah, unless there's like something really like if there's are there any unanswered questions we have that are directly relevant to our mission? 'Cause I can't think of any right now. The only thing I would think of maybe like
Maybe do a
I
little
don't know, maybe
research for
just-
Summer King
like where he's located in the woods
and what to
Just so
expect, what kind of defenses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Inquire if the capital knows a little more about what's going on than the town we're in previously. Just word of mouth.
Yeah, that I like that idea, and like maybe find out like is like Chauncey Nickelcloud, is he is there anything else we need to know about him for our future endeavors? Like, but I think we've got a lot on him already.
Yeah, let's maybe not ask openly about him in town.
Oh yeah, that'd be on the more like we're just happen to be asking.
yeah, just ask about the spy master in town. I mean, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
So that Peter Baelish guy, it seems like a real cock, huh? What do you think?
What's his deal?
So, okay. Where do you guys? If you guys still have, it's about 5 o'clock. Where do you guys want to go to inquire information? I'll give you some locations. Right, just let me know. There is the tavern. Right. There is a blacksmith shop, alchemist shop, a jeweler, enchanter, general store. There is a library in Ryanair. There is, of course, the capital, but normally that's restricted for like nobility or people, basically kind of like appointment only. Like you just can't walk into the White House kind of thing, right?
What about druids?
Druids, probably wouldn't be too openly known. Roll me a knowledge. Roll me knowledge history. That seems somewhat germane because it's not inside your local area. I'd say knowledge nature. Actually, that'd be more like a religion. But yeah, go history. Go history because it's kind of outside your local country.
6.
You're not sure. You assume there's probably druids, but they're probably closer to the woods than they would be in a city.
Well, I'm spent.
Well, if there's a library in town, can Big Headaches swing by if it's still open and see if maybe they have any materials relating to the Summer Cane or the Illidan Woods we could read up on?
Yeah. You want to use a research action?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be I would say, religion. Right? Wait. Specifically, what are you trying to learn? Right?
Let's say we don't know much about the geography, so Illidan Woods, let's say geography, learning about like the topography, any wildlife, that kind of thing.
So that would be a knowledge nature check, right? Since you're in a library, you can roll with advantage because you have the tools available.
Okay.
Okay.
I like his plan.
Did anyone else want to go to the library and research something? Oh, by the way, library fee is 5 copper.
Oh, naturally, yes.
Yeah. So let me go around. I'll just go around. Tom, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go to a general store, buy some rations still. Neil, I don't want you to die, but in case you do, I need to have some food ready.
Oh, right. You do need that 3rd level spell in case, the raise. Yeah.
I mean, Smoot will provide rations once he dies, right? Like,
Also true.
Okay. Rations are,
I'm tickled.
Style.
So there's just more shopping.
On top of it, I did want to particularly speak to the general store, especially if he's selling rations or if there's like a supply kind of store, if they might know about hiking off to that area, what sort of things I might expect there.
Okay. We'll get to you in a second. Neil, what did you want to do?
Are there any nobility that have like lands that border on that area?
Yes, it's very possible. Roll me a persuasion check. This would be like you going around, maybe inquiring with people of interest, right? Since you have that trait from the nobility, you can do that.
Yep.
Okay.
19.
19. Okay, we'll get to you in a second on that one. You are able to find somebody. Corey, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm going to head off to the local tavern and kind of just do the, like how the locals are viewing the situation, what they know. So probably something around the lines of, I want to say investigation, like Summer King. What's he about?
Okay, that'd
Kind
be
of like, hey, if he... Would it be investigation?
it'd be a carousing check, right? But if you're trying to be subtle about it, you'd use deception. Does that make
Kinda
sense?
Yeah, because the end goal is like, how do they feel like about him?
Right.
In the sense like, oh, is he someone bad that, oh yeah, if we got rid of him, it would
Okay.
make Ferellis would be happy, or if he stayed, that kind of thing.
That would be an insight check, right? So
Insight,
I'll
okay,
give you the
good.
talking, but that's insight since you're just trying to get a temperature feel and you're trying to understand people and maybe get like miscellaneous
Yeah.
pieces of information, right? Matt,
Yeah.
what are you doing besides hookers and blow?
I mean,
That's me.
Oh, right. Sorry, I get confused.
I'm assisting.
That's all of us.
There you go. It's your butt cheek.
Let's see. I want to do something a little different, but kind of
Okay.
similar to what Corey's doing.
Okay.
As a part of my background, I chose Gladiator.
Okay.
Right. So the feature of that is I can always find a place to perform in any place that features combat for entertainment.
There is a gladiatorial arena here.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to
We're
go
just
there
Ooh.
Okay.
and see if I can
That's right, we were.
learn anything about how the people in the area, what they witnessed with the explosion, and try to figure out some information about the Summer King.
Okay, see if you get some information. Okay, I've got a place for you, and I've got stuff. So now that we've gotten here, Johnny, to you. What did you go ahead and roll me? What'd you get?
With advantage, I got 21.
21. That's a high amount of successes. Non-proficient or proficient?
Not proficient.
Not proficient. All right. I still owe you the royal lineage of the course of Mithras, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
All right. You get to ask me. That would be 13, 15, 20. You get to ask me 3 questions.
All right. What are some of the common monsters spotted in the Illidan Woods? Threats to look out for.
Threats to be looked out are Fey type monsters, normally favoring illusion, mental attacks. Commonly, a lot of them like to try to put you to sleep. Not a lot of brute force monsters. Most of them are very intelligent, right? Even like fucking rabbits. Like, it looks like a rabbit, but then all of a sudden, like, it's putting you to sleep and then eating your face, right? Or burying its young in your brain. A lot of it is things do not appear what they seem. And sometimes the more innocent something seems, the more dangerous it is. A common thread is colorfulness. The more colorful something is, the more flamboyant it is, the more shine it gives off, the more dangerous it is. Right? It's like a reverse peacock effect. The peacock is actually more dangerous than the lion.
Gotcha. Second question, what's the terrain like? Is it just forest, or are there like swamplands, or any other natural formations?
Luckily enough, it's mostly just very dense forest. Certain parts of the forest are more dense than others. It is known for its living trees, though. So be careful what you burn.
Gotcha. Last question. Are there any notable landmarks, in the Illidan Woods, like a particular like mountain peak or grove of trees, or like somewhere that's renowned for being a site to go to or a site to avoid?
Yes. The closer you get to the center of the woods, the more dangerous it gets till you get to like the near center, and then it's completely safe. Except for, of course, unless you've made the Summer King angry. The outsides of the forest are the most gentle, right? Foresters have been known to go in there and converse with dryads and nymphs and other intelligent fae. But the deeper you get in towards closer to the Summer King, the more dangerous and the more combative. One thing you do notice is there's a guy literally in there just fucking crossing out a map area and like hand drawing in a mountain range. Because, like I mentioned last game, there's a mountain range that has sprung up in the middle. And it says that the mountain range is both to the north, and you see him scribbling on there with this mountain range. He seems very angry, and basically with a conversation back and forth with him from your successes, you learn that there's a mountain range to the north and to the south. Now, 2 distinct mountain ranges have popped up through the north and the south of Rainier and almost seem to encircle an area in almost like a valley. And then he's like drawing a gate, and he's like, I don't even know what's fucking there. But he's drawing it there, and he's like, he just seems very upset, like he wants to know what the fuck's there, but the map he knows now is no longer good.
Well, sir, if you have a spare map, I'm going to be journeying towards there with an excursion. Perhaps I could take notes for you, and on my return, provide them to you so you can accurately reflect what the topography is now.
Are you saying that you are going into the Illidan Woods?
I don't know if we'll be going all the way into the Illidan Woods, but we are curious about what's been happening there recently.
Are you a cartographer?
I myself no, but my crew is made of many talented individuals. I believe we have a tracker or two who might be able to accurately record what we find along the way.
Roll a persuasion check.
is my persuasion? I think I've used that much. Ooh, not good. Okay. Fingers crossed. Ooh, that's a 19.
19. He's like, all right. He hands you this. He's like, I was going to wipe my ass with this anyway. He hands you a map. It's of the Illidan Woods. And he says, make the notes you can, bring it back to me, and if it's accurate, I'll give you 1,000 copper.
Very good, yes. Anything to assist with any new knowledge. This is very exciting times we're living in now.
I don't like excitement. History is normally filled with the blood of the innocents when things get exciting.
Fair enough, fair enough. On that cheery note, good day, sir. I hope to see you again in a few days from now.
It's night time. Goodbye.
Ain't having none of your bullshit.
This is why he made sure that you weren't the cartographer.
All right, let's go to the next scene. Tom, you make your way to... Give me a second, gotta pull up my OneNote. You make it all the way to the general store, which is... It's called the Sandy... There are many general stores in Ryanair, but some of them are more distinct than others. There is a place called the Sandy Potter.
Sandy Potter!
In the residential area known for its rowdy residents, the street outside is shaded by large trees. The general store is a plaster tower with a reinforced wooden door and roughly hewn wooden furniture. It contains taxidermied bear near the entrance, and the walls are covered with paintings and advertisements for old discounts they used to have, with many streaks through them with like new percentages on.
Like this style.
A half-orc Grigaldorian seems to be the owner, and he says, welcome. It is pleasant to see you. My name is Takra Kulbi. How can I help you? Is your character currently disguised or not?
I am not. I am just me right now.
How am I able to help you, Snake Man? You can talk? Are you a talking snake man, or are you like bear? You
What
like
language
bear
is he
someone give a
speaking
sword? Oh, you speak words. Good.
What language is he speaking in?
Currently Ferellian. He just has a Grigaldorian accent. Sorry. There you go.
Okay. If I speak in Coxfarian at him, does he understand it? As long as I'm in Snake? Because I don't know what he's saying.
Okay, you are like bear that someone has given a sword and armor to. Okay. How much?
Alright, try Draconic instead. Can you understand this?
He looks at you again. He's like, nope.
Nandian?
He speaks Nandian. He's like, oh, okay, all right. I speak Nandian. Not well, but I speak Nandian.
At least there's something.
You're in Ferellis. You should probably learn Ferellian.
It's on the list.
Oh, okay.
But only planning to be here for a short time.
I've never seen Snake Man before. Where are you from?
From Quoxava. Where else?
I do not know this Quicksilver. Okay.
Far from here. So that's fine. I don't return there much lately anyway.
Oh, well. I serve all types here. What is it you want to buy? I have many goods.
I seek rations and perhaps some advice about the Illidan Woods or the area on its way, if you're familiar.
You are traveling by Illidan Woods.
Yes. There's been some excitement in the sky, and I wish to know.
I would not, but okay. Yes, I smell no, it is not word. I sell, yes, sorry, not Dronian, very rough. I sell rations. How much you want?
20.
20 rations. I will give you a bulk discount. Give me a second. I need to pull out magical calculator.
Is it magical? I don't know.
Okay. I will charge you since you are first-time customer, right? And we have price. We have no discount. He walks over with a thing of paint. Buy 20 rations. Get 5 free. Okay. We have deal. Instead of let's say 95 copper.
I can agree to this. And I like your shop, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Style of shopkeeping.
Yes, most business here owned by Forellians. I am from south border where Grigaldanian and Forellian relations are better than most. There is much trade that can happen between the peoples. Grigaldorians are my people, not snakes. Anyway, if you travel by Illidan Woods, it is fine if you are within the first couple miles of the woods. Be careful not to go much deeper, though. The deeper you go, the more dangerous, the more martial the forces. Mostly beasts and monsters. But then once you get close, if you do not have pass, you can be in much danger.
If I don't have a pass?
Yes, normally you have to have invitation. Fae are big about invitation and status.
I don't suppose you know how to get one.
Oh, there is an ambassador, from what I understand. Talking Bird. He is by capital.
Well, thank you. You've been most helpful.
Oh, of course.
If I'm in this town again, I'll be sure to frequent you.
No, of course. We have deals that change every week.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
My 20 rations, get 3 free. Not as good this week. You should have come earlier.
Don't we have the pass already?
Do
I was
we?
gonna say, wasn't Joy telling us to?
I know Joy told us to go. Did we have a pass or
It
anything
was like an
that?
amulet or something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He gave you guys bets.
Yeah,
We
I
can get a
mean,
second pass.
might help to get someone local too. I don't know if I'll get us in the whole woods or just into the Summer King's abode.
We got that, then we should be good.
So, Neil,
Yes.
you find your way towards the ambassador of the Illidan Woods Manor House. Outside, the gates appear to be locked, and there don't appear to be any guards at the door. A noble you had talked to had said that this is the man who can get you into the Illidan Woods. He warned you that he is a talking bird, but that he is more intelligent than most.
Like a kenku or like a parrot?
Like a parrot.
Yeah.
Granted consciousness by the Summer Lord.
Okay.
He said they say that he is in there. They do warn that he gets bigger over time and occasionally turns into ash, but then starts growing again.
Okay.
So you
Named
find
Phoenix by any chance?
yeah, basically a phoenix, but unless you're familiar with a phoenix, it's a flaming parrot. So you find yourself in front of a locked gate. There are no lights on inside. but you were told that he was here.
Hello? Anyone home?
No answer. It's late, so the street is not lit, and there doesn't appear to be anyone around.
Knock on the gate.
No one answers.
Hmm.
You do see a light that turns on in the window, but no one comes to the gate.
Well, since it's dark, I'm going to pull out my sword and activate it. Just so I can see. Hold it above my head.
Your sword bursts into flames, and the area illuminates. As it does, the gate responds to the illumination a little bit. It almost appears golden, like it gives off a glow, as if it almost looks like it is absorbing the sunlight and maintaining some of it, kind of like a glow stick, right, or one of those light up toys.
Gotcha. Gate's still locked, right?
Gate does still appear locked, though. Someone does appear to be turned on the light, though, in response to the gate being knocked on. They are not opening the gate.
Knock a little louder.
No
Hello?
response.
Anyone home? I seek audience with the bird.
The bird's name was Ajadai.
I seek audience with Ajadai.
No response.
Anyone? Hello? How tall is this gate?
The gate's only about 6 feet tall.
Okay. So, if I do a pull-up and look over the gate, what do I see?
You do a pull-up. You look over the gate. There's a pathway that leads towards the door. There is obviously a front garden area. The front yard is probably only about 30 yards deep. Large, but not... Oh, no, sorry, it wouldn't be 30. It'd be more like 15 yards deep. Sorry. And then it might have like a walk-around area that's equally about 15 yards deep on all sides. And there's generally a gate, and then there's a stone wall that wraps around, and then there's a back gate. But the back gate is not a traditional gate. It's more of a wooden gate, and it's more sealed. This would be more like the dressy gate that you would be escorted through.
Hey,
So how
Trace,
far
hey.
away is this window that is the light?
The window would probably be, it would be second story, so it'd probably be about 20 yards away.
I'll fill you in the chat, Trey.
All right. I got nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Break down the gate.
You don't have to. You don't have to. And if your character wouldn't,
He's not drunk enough.
Okay. Okay.
So it goes to the tavern.
Let me get some courage.
Okay. You go back to the tavern. Speaking of going back to the tavern, anyway, Corey, what are you doing?
I'm going to the tavern.
Okay. Roll me an insight check.
That was a 5 total.
Ugh. Not
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
Not much. You go there. I'll give you one thing. Generally, most people do not, in Forellis, do not like that the Summer King has the Illidan Woods. Right? They respect it, right? Because they respect the strength. But the Illidan Woods used to be a part of Forellis. It has a lot of historical reference towards Forellis. It was owned by Forellis.
Yes.
And he came in and he just took it. And they never really liked that much. A lot of people are generally kind of happy. They're like, oh yeah, I hope he's dead. All right? And a lot of them talk about a town called Lithadern. They call it the Burn City.
Okay.
The City of Ash.
City of Ash. Okay.
Roll me a hit. Do you have history?
I do as a bard.
Oh, as a bard. Okay, so if it's as a bard, make me a roll.
Yeah. Gotcha. It's a D20 plus. I mean, it's not a bad one, but it's,
No, it's not a bad one.
Just bardically.
It's just the difference between automatic success towards you might have to make a roll.
Oh, 23 total.
23. So 70 years ago, the Summer King stopped all war by burning most of the major cities in the warring countries to the ground in a day.
Okay.
At least 100,000 people died. Men, women, children. It's the equivalent of a Hiroshima. So they're not so happy about a town full of men, women, and children getting burned to death to prove a point. So people, the Summer King in this land, and then taking the land. Generally, the Summer King, not well thought of. And the Illidan Woods is a healthy section of the country. And the forest. That could be farmland.
Okay.
Now it's not. So that's how people feel about him and not having the Illidan Woods. I'll give you that. But you don't get anything specific, right? That's just general, people spitting on the ground.
That's kind of what I was going for. Yeah.
Okay. Matt. You go to... Give me a second. Morty's magical tentacle, unknown wonders, Ferolis. Felix's magical imperium. So there is a large gladiatorial arena within Ryanair, right? Fighting for sport is a huge thing here. Within that area, generally. Is called the Imperial Fighting Rings of Ferolis, and underneath it, presented by Morty's. You learn that there's a person who owns it. His name is Morty Lebrun. He owns generally what's called the Big Tent. So there is a fighting ring here, but there's also other spectacular events that they hold within the ring. It's not just fighting. It's like presentation of animals. Slave markets are hosted here sometimes. Generally, spectacle sport. It is late. There are late night games that are being hosted here. Given your background trait, you are able to gain audience with the spectator, the ringmaster, as you were, a Morty Lefer. And Morty, so you walk into a room and there is a man covered in earrings, nose rings. He has a beard with many different pearls on it and jewels. They've all been kind of tied together. He has multicolored hair that has been dyed, generally around 40. Kind of a heavier set man, has a large walking stick, which seems to give off a pulse of this beautiful, magnificent light every once in a while if he strikes it upon the ground. Which he does immediately as you walk in. He's like, Dsh. Welcome. My name is Morty Lefer. I am the Barovia, and of course the guardian of this most well-established imperial arena. I hear that you are looking possibly for work, or that you have been in trade. I hear that you hail from Volcanium territory, huh?
Yes. My name is Strom. I'm looking for some information, if you could help me.
Oh, information, in entertainment for different purposes, whispers in ears. So, I might be willing to part with some information if you would be willing to possibly part with some coin.
That sounds agreeable.
All right, depending on the questions you're asking is what I will charge. Are you ready?
Yes. We're a group of adventurers and myself. We're going to be going to the Illidan, or what is it called? The Illidan?
Yeah, Illidan.
Illidan? Into the Illidan woods. And I'm wanting to know, do you know what kind of threats there may be on the way there or there? If you've traveled that way.
Threats from there. I have my men fight them. Yes, many. Intelligent. The animals are smart. They all speak a language. If you can speak Sylvan, you can talk to them. They are resilient, resistant to damage, strong, much smarter. The trees are alive. Be careful about that. Do not burn living sticks. And be careful what you burn. The closer you get to the center, the more dangerous the animals. You know, outside the area, you might run to what's called albers, possibly manticores, perhaps celestial creatures. Creatures of a fey nature, fey in belief, warped, like you put like multiple animals together. And if the more colorful, the more poisonous. Careful of this.
Very interesting. Have you made it over there before?
No, of course. We have several wagons we'll take there, and we have approved hunting parties from the ambassador, if need be. We are given sanctioned areas where there are creatures that he generally, the Summer King, approves of capturing, that are not within members of his court, but are generated generally from his... I don't even understand it, where they come from, really, but they disappear. He doesn't mind.
Do you have a group going soon?
No, since the woods lit up like a sheer-old holiday tree, I am not sending any of my men there.
Did you see the light? Did you see the light?
Sorry, there's barking. I can't. What would you say?
The light. Did you see the light?
Not directly, but I was laying in bed and it just shined through my window. I thought it was noon. I thought I had slept in and I missed a day of business. I do have some information, though. It is costly. It is new.
How much would you like for this information?
You have the promise that it is good. $250 copper.
Okay. What is your information?
There are armies in the Illidan woods. Forellian armies. Specifically, give me a second. Let me make sure I'm naming off the right one. Specifically, I want to make sure I'm looking at the right one. Let me look at the link. Yes. General Macy Hyrock. She leads the Silver Brand. They are on the northern edge and the southern edge. They are blocking all entry in and out of the forest. Because there's a new country there. I just spoke to some of their noblemen today. They bought some slaves off me.
Do you know what the new country is called?
Oh, it's called, apparently it's called Barovia. They're very loose-lipped. They didn't charge me anything. They just told me everything they knew. I don't know why. They just told me everything they knew. Anyway, Apparently, they are a mix. There's a hobgoblin amongst them that is in our nobility. Some humans, a Nidodrorian woman. Interesting. A small lizard man. Never seen one before. Kind of reminded me almost like an ugly bullywug, but with sharp teeth. So there's this country called Barovia. They said they came from another reality and they landed here. And they have a country. There's towns. They have a prince. His name is Prince Caspian. Prince Caspian. What was the last name?
Did you really forget, or is this your character?
His character.
Oh,
Prince Caspian something. I cannot remember the noble name. Anyway, apparently he rules over it, and apparently he is to marry Princess. Give me a minute. Tony has to look it up. Princess Aurelia. Though she's 8, so I'm guessing it's going to be a while. They're apparently going to join Forelis. Only noblemen know of this so far. And myself, because they told me for free.
Were these individuals of the right state of mind when they were telling you this?
I mean, I thought they were, at least one of them I knew was drunk. The others, they appeared to be okay. I mean, the hobgoblin insisted to try to have a 3-way fight to the death, and did win against several of my slave gladiators. Goodbye then.
Huh. Okay. Wow.
That was the fight you saw earlier, Matt.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that I saw it,
Yeah.
but my character has drawn that conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the weirdest, and they are not from noble stock. Not that I matter, not that I judge. Do I look like a nobleman? No. But they are not from noble stock, but they are warriors. Anyway, that's what I know. Surrounded, new country. Apparently they have cities and the capital in there, in the Illidan woods, and that's about it, really. They didn't really offer too much more of that. Like Tony's trying to remember. Did you guys say anything more than that, Corey?
Where we were from, the prince, how we got there. All I can remember is that like we were trying to talk about, marrying the princess, and how what we want to do is protect all of our own stuff.
Right.
Like how, hey, we want to protect yourself, but we really want to build roads and connections to you guys, so please don't hurt us.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, that's about it. And they took off the other night towards somewhere. I think they were going to one of the harbor towns nearby. This big marble elephant.
Okay. Well, in that case, I appreciate your information, and I'm going to give him 300 copper.
It's a heavy sack. Not quite the heaviest in the room, but a heavy sack, eh?
And I also want to say, if I ever find my way back here, or if I ever find myself in your company, I wouldn't mind stepping in the ring.
The prizes are very hefty, though keep in mind, the Lord of the Day may be a decider. What can I say? I am okay, right? But some of the lords are not. Just letting you know, there's a risk. Some of these Forelians are out for blood. Their sacks are full of it.
Unfortunately, I've seen some of that already.
All right. Trey, was there anything you wanted to do while you were in town?
About how modern is this town?
I think French aristocracy, 1600s.
Do they have firearms yet?
What?
Do they have firearms yet?
No. No. If honestly, the closest you're going to find a firearm is probably the Freeport.
Okay.
You might find one here, but it'd be like an exotic thing. Firearms are like gazetteerians. Well, technically, if you got south of the border and you got closer to gazetteer, you might get some there.
I would, if I could, go sword shopping since I was outpriced at the Dragon place.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to just... we can keep it quick if you want. That way, don't waste too much. I think there are like five magic shops in town.
Just looking for like a +1 or +2 saber, like a long sword, but it'd be like a cavalry saber or something like that.
Okay. How about this? Roll me a investigation check. Right? See if you can see if I can point you at the right place.
Okay.
Let me see, and I'm gonna start looking through their inventory.
Is thinking about it. 25.
Holy shit, that's pretty good. All right, I'll look through all of them and I'll see if I can find something like that. A lot of javelins.
It's like a really long sword.
So you're
I'll
looking
take
for
the normal long sword, but if it could be thematically styled like a cavalry saber, that'd be great.
I'm okay with that. Okay, definitely. How much gold do you have, Trey?
How much money do I have?
Yeah.
Let me look.
I'll avoid you having to waste too much time. Because I don't want to point it.
7,147 copper.
There is a... so I found a +2 scimitar. Right? That could be a cavalry saber. +2 trident. You can't afford the Dragon Slayer. They have a scimitar of life stealing.
Life stealing.
Yeah. That one, if you crit it, it doesn't give you any bonuses, but when you crit, you gain temporary hit points.
Oh, +1 or +2 would be probably better.
Closest you're going to get to a magical sword, I think, is that +2 scimitar. Everything else is either a great axe, a great sword, or a... They do have long swords of warning, if you want one of those. It's attunement, though.
What are the stats on a scimitar? Same as a longsword?
Nope, it's a D6.
D6.
Oh, it's a D6.
They have a hand axe, I think. Oh, those are great axes. Great axe. Potions. +2 hand axe. No.
But no, like +1 or +2 long swords?
Yeah. No, let me look at their... some of these places do have specialty stuff that they have, right? Where they have signature items. They have a Giant Slayer sword. And they have Swords of Wounding. So you can have a Giant... you can go to the blacksmith shop, and he will make either a Giant Slayer sword or a Sword of Wounding for you. It's base price of the item plus the amount. Both of them are affordable. The Giant Slayer is going to be a lot more. Sword of Wounding is going to be an extra 1,923 on top of the weapon cost, and the Giant Slayer is 6,807.
Sword of Warding, what does that do?
Wounding? Sword of Wounding is basically just like a normal sword, except when you hit, they take a bleeding damage at the start of all their turns. And
Oh,
you
so
can-
it's just extra damage?
yeah, it's extra damage. They have to make a con save or a medicine check to stop the bleeding, and the d4s can stack. It wounds
They
them.
don't stack?
They do stack. They can just.
Do that.
They do stack. They can only receive 1 wound per turn. So once per turn you can wound them. But if you hit them with a reaction, that's 2d4. Hit them the next turn, 3d4, 4d4, 5d4. They just keep bleeding until they're able to stop the bleeding or make a con save of DC 15.
And that would be a magical weapon?
Yep, it's magical. Just instead of fire damage or something, it has this bleeding effect.
How much was that sword of wounding?
Sword of wounding. What do you want as a long sword or a short sword?
Longsword.
Long sword. Long sword is going to be an extra. I want to say long swords are an extra. 1 second. Tony's got to look up how much a long sword costs. 15. Well, oddly, not that much. A long sword is only. Let's go. So 150 copper pieces. So that would be at 150 to. Add 150 to 1,923. So 1,923 plus 150 equals 2,073 for a long sword of wounding.
Done.
All right. Go ahead and add it to your sheet, sir. All right. I think that's... Have I got... Oh, Neil, you were going back to the bar. Oh, you're muted.
Yes.
Okay. You make it back to the bar. Since you didn't spend too much time, what do you want to do?
Do a little carousing, get some rumors, see what's going on.
Ah, quests and rumors. All right. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Ah! I am proficient.
That'll lower the DC.
How about 28?
28.
I
Okay.
rolled a nat 20.
Holy shit. All right.
Give me all the rumors.
Are you ready?
You are the talk of the town.
How about this one? A group of fire giants has taken up residence in an inactive volcano. Their activity threatens to awaken the volcano, causing widespread devastation to the south in Ryanair. Basically, they don't know if it'll awaken a volcano, but the volcano is starting to smoke and it's worrying people. And they're seeing people from Volcanium have taken up residence there. The army currently isn't doing anything about it because, they haven't come down from the mountain yet. And they don't want to fight giants in a mountain. They don't know how they got there. The mountain range in which they are in, let me get rid of some of these, is the Panaka Bluffs. Specifically the mountain on this would be west, the eastern side of the Panaka Bluffs that is sandwiched between hills near a valley. The closest town to there would be Two Smiths. And the town of Two Smiths is putting up a bounty for 15,000 copper pieces. And the finest sword their blacksmith can make. Well, insert weapon. All right.
Interesting.
That's the first one. I've got 6 more of these. Somebody write them down. There is a village that has been getting attacked by hill giants lately. There's been a lot of hill giant activity in near the town of Ilk Vista. They're not sure what's going on, but they're really wary of these hill giants that have kind of taken up residence. And with the armies that you now have learned have taken up residence in the Illidan woods, it's they're not able to send as many men as they normally would towards this kind of problem. Which that's 2 giant problems in a single week in a country full of humans, which is not heard of this side of Volcanium that often, outside of the occasional frost giant attack. The next rumor: a temple has hired a large number of okay, there is a temple to the south of... Let me pull up the...
the hill giants were near what?
The hill giants are near Two Smiths. The mountain range near Two Smiths.
I thought that was fire giants.
Fire giants. The hill giants are near the port town of Ilk Vista. Elk Vista.
Yep.
It's just to the right of Ryanair. All right.
Okay.
Next one. There is a temple to the south of... let me see, where was this? There's a temple to the south of Banmount that has hired an excess amount of bards and has been sending them north. And people are tired of hearing these bards from this town, this temple in Banmount. They're praising some god called Marika, and they're handing out pamphlets. A local man is inquiring about his missing daughter, and he thinks that she's gone off with these crazy cultists, and he's tired of all these bards. He wants his daughter back, and he believes that she might be near Banmount, where a lot of these Marikans are taking up residence.
Okay.
Three more. There's a giant light that happened to the south of here, and there are a lot of people that are inquiring what the fuck's going on. Since you rolled so well, there is specifically a gem merchant who's looking to start trade with a new country called Barovia to the south of here that he says is in the Illidan woods. He doesn't have much more information than that, but he's very interested about those new mountain ranges and what gems might be in them.
Okay.
Ready for another one?
Yep.
All right. Inside Ryanair, a lot of young women have been found supernaturally aged and shriveled up. Their dead corpses have been found on the streets. It's generally about once a month. And a lot of people have put together a collection plate. It's 5,000 copper pieces to find and apprehend the killer, dead or alive. If you bring them in alive, it's 10,000 copper pieces. In Ryanair.
RYN.
Yeah, it's where you are right now.
How do you spell it though?
Oh, here, let me move the thing over. It's RHYRE.
Ryer.
HY.
RE. Yeah.
Okay.
We should go with that one. Good things always happen when you take up those kind of side quests.
Yeah, you guys just finished with one of those. All right. Last one. Okay, there are some elven ruins that exist in just outside of a town called. Give me a second. Edmore. And the town of Edmore has put up a collection plate to deal with the dragon. They believe that the dragon lives in the mountain ranges and is coming south. They believe it's possibly an exiled Gazetterian dragon, maybe a younger worm, but it has been killing sheep and stealing from the local folk. They think that it's somewhere in the mountain ranges. Edmore is actually on the other side of Two Smiths, on the Panaco Bluffs. Sorry, Panaca. I can never pronounce that. Let me remove cities and town. Picocca Bluffs. Panoka Bluffs. I can give you a link to the map if you want it.
No, I got the map. I'm just jotting notes here.
Yep.
So Fire Giants near Two Smiths, Hill Giants near Elk Vista, Bard Cultists near Banmount, Gem Merchant trade with Barovia, and that was from in where?
They believe in the Illidan Woods.
No. Where was the merchant?
Oh, the merchant. The merchant is a gem merchant by the name of. Give me a second.
What city?
Oh, in Ryanair. You're talking to the guy. You just rolled so good. I'm just giving you the sex on it. It's what he wants is he is give me a second. Chagak Hayhurst. He's a male half-orc. He's a Grigaldanian, oddly enough. But he works with a Ferellian guild. He runs the Spectacular Ring. Which is a is that it? Is that the no?
You're giving me too much detail. I don't care that much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He runs he's in the gem he's the gem merchant of the town.
Gotcha.
He's a ring merchant specifically. He's always looking for
new Fire Giants, Hill Giants, Bard Cultists, Gem Merchant, Aged Women, and Edmore has a dragon problem.
Edmore has a dragon problem.
Okay.
All right. That's
nobody in this bar can hold their liquor.
Not a damn one. Speaking of that, since everyone's gone, you guys all can converge back together and decide what you want to do. I am going to go grab a drink.
Well, Neil, it's not that they can't hold their liquor; it's that you're a smoot, so nobody can possibly keep up with you.
And just like the meme, all you guys role play by yourselves, real quick.
Yeah. Then we all just stand awkwardly and look at each other without speaking.
Are Smoot and I in the same tavern?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Corey's character is definitely there. Corey, you can pick whoever you want. There's plenty of game. There's a lot of drunk Frenchmen here, and all of them, as soon as you convince them that you're not a child, are like, oh, you're a halfling. Because a lot of halflings look like, they're very smaller people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drunk Frenchmen?
Basically drunk Frenchmen. You're in Forellis, so it's a lot like late 15th century France.
And not a shower in sight.
Not a shower in sight, and everything you would think you would see in a 15th century French tavern.
Oh God! So a history major, I can only. Oh Jesus!
You want some blood sausage?
That's not sausage, and that's not blood, but I'll take it.
Oh, it's blood. Just don't ask where the casing came from.
I'll say, don't ask whose blood it is.
Don't ask how
it's mine. I bleed myself every day for the food.
So Skylar will be drinking and playing Gwent to the Gathering, but she'll go, oh, hey, Smoot, it's all over here.
Trying not to look. God,
Smoot, I'm over here. Smoot, look at me. I can tell that you're not wanting to be seen. But other than that, she'll just leave you alone because she really wants to play her card game. So, you there?
Nerd.
Shut up! Paladin believer, dude.
The Decanics walking by the tavern, hear Scarlet call it Smoot, and peeks in, just wondering what in the world's going on.
Decaying! Decaying! Over here!
Yeah, yes, Doctor. I see. Burning the midnight oil, as it were.
Okay,
The
now,
burning oil comes later.
now I tap my mana 6 times to get the Gwent card, and my blue eyes white dragon will kill your Pikachu.
Wait, you forgot to digivolve him first.
Ah, the whole game's ruined.
Flip the table over.
Digital monsters.
So what I miss?
We're
Digimon.
yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know what you missed, Tom.
Smoot learned about a bunch of possible side quests in the area. Neil took notes on them.
Oh, now we need to figure out what we want to do next.
Yeah, we're basically meeting up again while Tony's taking a piss or whatever.
So we can either do those side quests or go into Illidan Forest.
So did they say there was a country being formed there?
Barovia.
Okay, so what's the what's that?
That sure did.
I do have a quest that I got when we were at Fair Valley that has a time limit of a month.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm interested in those lightning ruins too. Maybe
Yeah.
do still want to
Yeah,
do
we have
that.
a few quests there. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
but big monsters.
I'm okay with that. As long as we get back down there for a month.
So that's why we're supposed to travel from here and go down through the Illidan Woods and then head down through the lightning ruins to Fairport.
That sounds good to me. Well, what do we want to do first?
And then that'd be quite a trek to walk all that way there. Might as well teleport back to the ship if we're going to send it around the coast back that way.
After we've met with
Also true.
Summer King, maybe?
Yes, it's interesting that a new country has sprung up on the doorstep of the Summer Court. If the Summer King is as powerful and temperamental as he is, I wouldn't think that he would abide such a development.
I'm a little skeptical. The ringmaster of the circus, whatever you want to call it, he was telling me some pretty fantastical stories, and I still think that the individuals may have been on something.
All I could garner is that this Summer King fellow is not well liked, so his disappearance to these Ferellians is not the cause for alarm. They are more interested in what is there if he is gone.
You mean what's left behind?
Exactly. They
Yes.
seem more of an opportunistic people rather than a, ooh, we must save him people.
So it'll be interesting to see what the lay of the land is, which, to that point, I did manage to acquire a map of Illidan Woods, at least as it used to be. If we can track any new developments we spy along the way here, this could assist us in traveling and also comparing with what may have changed after these mountain ranges sprung up out of nowhere.
Yeah, sprung up.
But yes, it sounds like it'll be a treacherous journey. It's not so much big brutish monsters for the most part, but rather the Fae variety, which tend to deal more with trickery and illusion.
I am not a fan of the Fae, nor their tricks or habits.
Well, we'll have to stay on our toes as we go inward. If you see something that looks inviting or friendly, odds are it probably is very much not.
There's also an army that is led by an individual named General Macy Highrock in that area that we should be on the lookout for.
I've heard of her. Macy the Grey.
Can we mute Neil now? Just mute him.
Mace
out
of
my cup.
Windu.
You can stay on Corey, but you're on thin ice.
That's the only way I know how to do this. The ice is so thin, it's practically not even there.
So we rest for tonight and then head out in the morning.
Sounds like it, Captain. Is that how you would wish to proceed still?
Seems like the best course of action. Let's do it.
Huzzah!
Okay.
How about you, Rutherford? You up for some cross-country travel?
I'm always up for cross-country travel, but I need to know who are we expecting to fight? If we are expecting to fight.
And hopefully we could avoid any fights, apart from any wildlife we may encounter, but sounds like there is an army moving through the woods. And depending on the state of affairs in the summer court, maybe the Fey elves won't be too friendly if we cross any one of them.
And after we make it through, we can stop near Two Smiths and fight some fire giants.
Uh-huh. Let's put a big old pin in that. I mean, I wouldn't want to distract us from our lightning adventure later on either.
Flashback to the shop where just before we found the dead hooker.
It's like Ernest and Ernest goes to jail. He gets a lightning
Wasn't me
powers.
this time.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh,
Okay, so out of character, do you guys plan on bringing anybody? Any cohorts? And who are you leaving in charge of the ship?
Of course, our boy Jace is going to be in charge.
Yeah, he seems the best candidate.
Okay.
Looking over crew, so we should probably bring crew along with us.
At least a couple people.
Yeah, let's take all the healers with us.
Oh,
Ooh. Haven't we already?
Mm.
let's put a pin in that, too.
If we have more healers, though, then we'll be fine.
Crap. Scarlet suddenly remembers she's a doctor. Damn it!
See, trying to look through. Do we have
Snoop
anybody
being
who's,
the
like,
paladin, you guys I think
tracker?
are the best healers.
Not if I suddenly kill myself.
How did one of the tanks become the healer?
By playing a paladin, that's how.
You didn't choose divine. You didn't.
Divine. Yeah,
Sorry, I got my cleric in me.
Divine-ish.
I can't take it.
it's closer.
less divine and more like divine.
Things were blessed
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's the
to bring-
patron saint of dead hookers?
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about
Everyone's
paladins
slow.
is you don't have to follow a god. You just have to follow a oath, right? And that oath kind of empowers
Yeah, I know.
you. Yeah.
I swear to follow myself wherever I may go.
I will be right behind me. Backing myself up.
Smoot should probably bring me Cobb because he's a pretty good tracker, it looks like.
True.
And if we need a sacrifice.
That too. What?
Nice.
That
If
too.
we need a sacrifice, then there's always Scarlet.
Bitch.
Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The sacrifice
The
could require
night, the
both.
night before we leave, though, I would like to have, let's take one human, and then if there are any, I would like one female half-orc, and then if there are any other halflings in the building, I'll take 2 of those.
Oh, in the tavern? I thought you meant on the crew.
No, in the tavern.
Oh, that. You know what? Yeah. Roll me a persuasion. Let's see if you get all of them.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to do that. Oops. Persuasion. That's really cool.
Here. Corey, make that a 4. Make that a 4 tier.
That's a 10. That's a 10.
Yeah.
It's a 10. Okay.
I can't let Scarlett get a natural 1 on that. I just
I was about to say you're going home alone. I don't know how.
very nearly.
Okay, so a 10, I'll say that's 1. Choose 1. Choose 1. Sorry.
A wizard just
Scarlet,
had reality to keep you satisfied.
You originally were going to get 2, but then you tried to bring in a 3rd and a 4th, and it freaked out the other 3.
They all left together.
Charlotte couldn't even roofie herself. That's how bad that was.
You kind of just giving off Tina Belcher vibes. It's a little off-putting.
Anyway, go ahead and look at the sheet. Let me know who you're going to take with you if you're going to take any.
Esmeralda.
Okay, you're taking Esmeralda. Okay. That's the, which one's Esmeralda? I'm trying to remember.
That's the shopkeeper wife who has no memory.
Right, the shopkeeper wife with no memories. Got her. Okay. Okay. Just
great.
Esmeralda
Thank you, Johnny.
and...
I'll take Lodge with us because he's got nature and survival, so that could prove useful.
Okay, Lodge. Trey, taking anybody? Nah. Corey, you taking anybody?
No, I don't think so. Not at this time. I can't remember if we even have an apprentice doctor.
You got people on the medical team, but...
Oh, then yeah,
I
I'll
think
leave
most
them.
of them are our backups.
Yeah, I'll say I'll leave them on the ship just because if we have to teleport back suddenly, I want people to be ready.
I assume Neil has Mecob.
Absolutely.
Matt, you taking anybody?
I do not think so.
Okay. All right. Oh, Tom, the cup person wants to come with you.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right, sure. Why not?
Okay. Cool. He's down for some treasure. Years you guys get richer when you go out.
Nick.
Fair.
Comparably, sometimes there's just fewer people to divide the treasure among.
True.
Okay. All right.
Halflings.
So let me look at the map. Let me look where you are. And so you guys don't have horses. So you're traveling by foot, I assume.
Yes, unless we want to see if we can ferry a ride for some distance first, because there are roads that go there.
Yeah, but there's like a wagon we can rent or something just to move a little faster or something.
I mean, there's wagons that go near Ryanair. You can rent you can basically rent and hop on a wagon if you want. That'll take you the road. It'll basically give you a free hex of movement for the first day. But none after that because it's all Illidan Woods after that point.
Ah, I see.
We'll take a wagon ride for the first day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to
The
help
only other
out.
thing I can think of is I do have that broom, so if we need to scout ahead for any reason, but I'm imagining that these are really tall trees, so maybe that won't even help that much.
The trees are old and they are tall. You could scout ahead a little bit. You do know the trees get thicker. But yeah, I mean, you could use it to scout if you want. That could be a part of your role.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
It could be an equipment bonus, possibly. But
Cool.
it might modify what you find or see. Okay.
And before we set off, the night before and the morning of, I will dump 2 5th-level spells into the ship's engine just so if the crew needs to take off. I assume they'll be sailing on the water, but in case they need to make a getaway, they can fly the ship if they need to.
Okay, so the ship's engine has... well, it already had 3 charges already, so it can't have any more. You
Oh, it
already,
did?
you
Okay.
already maxed, yeah.
Okay, I thought we expended them. Okay, then never mind.
No, because you've been pushing spells in it every single day, and you'd rolled some doubles.
Okay. I'll just, make sure that, we got the gas full.
Oh yeah, so the gas tank's full. It has 3 charges. No one that could fill it after this point, but 3 charges.
Yeah. Well, and I'll instruct them too that, hey, once you've used that last one, get back down to the water. Don't try to run out the tank.
Okay, all right.
It's
When
on
it's
E, but we
empty.
go a couple 100 miles.
Oh,
It's
you
fine.
can't. Not in this case, we can't.
Luckily, you have learned, and Trey has learned this too. It doesn't drop like a stone. It just basically slowly feather falls. But it does continue to feather fall until it lands somewhere.
Okay.
It's a safety precaution it has.
Wait, we got a recall in the mail for. Oh God.
We got mail?
Sure. So that first day, you guys basically get a free hex. So once again, you guys are, and I put a sheet out there for it. What are the travel rules?
Yeah.
You guys are currently on Forest Plains. So as I go around, pick the skill you want. You can pre-roll if you want, if you've already picked your skill that you want. And skills and tool proficiencies are on the sheet under Forest and Plains. Okay. Johnny, what are you doing to help travel?
Let's see. My nature isn't so great, so nothing. Oh well, I mean it's okay. I'll just keep an eye out on the road for just like threats if I notice any like wildlife or if we spot any like troop movement from the army we've heard about. Just keep a watch out.
Okay, so you're keeping a watch out for like troop movements. You don't want to run into like a patrol. Okay, that's definitely a perception. Go ahead and roll it, and we'll get back to you. Trey, what are you doing?
Oh,
We're on the Forest/Plains, which is cell B on that Excel sheet. So we can come around back to you if you haven't decided yet.
yeah, come back to me.
Okay, Corey. And this is, by the way, is going to be 3 days worth of travel, right? We're going to do 3 days worth of travel.
I'm going to go ahead and do investigation because maybe it might be nature. I don't know, but I want to see how the landscape changes as we get closer.
Because you're looking for changes, I think because of the hints I popped, let's do an investigation because you're trying to deduce the changes, right?
Yeah. Where does the landscape start to become, damaged or whatever from exposure?
Looking for something, different. Tom, what are you doing?
I'm going to use my athletics to forge a path ahead. I got an 11.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll get around to the successes in a minute. Neil, what you doing?
Knowledge. No, let's do survival.
Okay, you're doing a survival. Go ahead and roll. The totals there are for proficiency, of course. If it's not proficient, just add 3 more. Matt, what are you doing?
I want to. I'm going to do history. I want to see if there's anything, if I can find anything significant or remember anything significant that happened in this area.
Okay, go ahead. DC's 15 on that one if you're proficient. Trey, what are you doing?
I think what I'm going to do is keep an eye out for traps, snares, bungee pits, stuff like that.
Okay. That'll be a perception as well. That's fine. DC's on there for proficiency. Go ahead and do your roll. If you're not proficient, just add 3 more. All right, Johnny, what'd you get?
21.
21, pretty good on a perception, and you are proficient?
Yep.
So, perception, that's 13, 15, 20, that's 3. Trey, what'd you get?
I got a 13.
Are you proficient?
In perception? Yeah.
Okay, that's 1 success. You're up to 4. Corey.
I got a 14 on investigation, so 1 success.
1 success. All right. Tom, what do you got?
Athletics, I'm proficient with 11, so 1 success.
1 success. That's not bad. Neil?
I got a 16 on survival. Not proficient.
Survival, so that takes it up to 11, so... Well, it takes it up to the next one, which would be 10. I should say, instead of saying 3 should be the next level up. It's probably bad on me for not saying that, because some of them are 2. So that's 10. What'd you get? 16, 10, 13, 15. Yeah. That's 3 successes. Pretty good. Really good on that one. Matt, what you got?
I got a 25. For history, I am proficient.
25. That is 3 successes. You guys got 11 successes over 3 days worth of travel. Normally it's 2 hexes a day. 2 hexes a day over land, 1 hex over forest. Since you guys rolled so many successes, you guys get 2 hexes a day. And 1 bonus hex for the first day. So that's 6, 7 hexes of movement. So let me pull up the map. And, oh, by the way, everyone roll me. So you guys rolled so well, and you were looking out for danger. You're going to increment the good die from a D10 to a D12. Everyone roll me a D12.
Oh, God.
So,
Dice hate me today.
1.
I get 4. Splitting our foresies.
BFFs.
I will give you the honor.
All right, let's look at the dice roller here. Dice roller, dice roller, dice roller. So, where's my D12? So, pound 1D12. Roll a 4.
Damn it.
Smoot and Rutherford.
Smoot and Rutherford. Smoot and Rutherford. Roll me a D6.
Uh-oh.
Gonna turn in the hot seat now.
You guys are pulling a Johnny here.
Yeah.
Okay, only one. Okay. Noted.
Dodge the bullet.
Okay, so you guys, first day, nothing happens. You guys you get on the wagon. You guys are kind of talking about on the way there. Eventually, you guys do hit the edge of the Illidan woods. There are some woodsmen there. They appear to be starting to clear out some of the trees on the way there. When asked, they were asked to start clearing a path on this side. They were contracted. You guys begin to march into the woods. You spend the first night in the woods. Nothing happens really outside of occasionally you guys see some fantastical animals, but not a whole lot of fae. For as much as people talk about beware all the fae and like the talking animals and stuff like that, you guys don't run into any on the first day. You run into a bunch of normal animals. You don't see anything really fantastic. Every once in a while, because Corey and Trey were keeping a watch, you might see a tree that looks like it has a face, but then when you look back, the face is gone, right?
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Occasionally, you feel like as you're walking by, a flower kind of turns in your direction, like it's watching you as you're going. Right? Just stuff like that. So that's the first day. Second day, you get deeper into the woods, a lot more of that. But outside of like the feeling of you're constantly being watched, you don't see much. You do see the mountain range, though, in the distance as you begin to get closer in. Because generally you can see a mountain if you're within a hex of it. 2 hexes if it's a huge mountain. But these ones are not too huge, at least the first one you see. You do run into a mountain range, though, and you see it in the distance. As the second day, as you get deeper in, eventually you come to what you believe to be a road. It's not paved or anything. It's definitely a cobbler's road. It's a dirt road. But it's like it appears out of nowhere. And who was doing the investigation to look at the changes in the terrain? Corey.
Yep.
You do notice something. The second day, as you get deeper in, the trees look different.
Oh, like
It's like instead of like seeing like massive sequoia greenwoods, you're seeing pine trees. there aren't supposed to be pine trees in this wood. They're more dispersed. They're older. They look more sickly, like they haven't seen the sun in a long time.
Along with that, just because you said it, does the temperature change?
No.
So it would be unusual to see pine trees in this kind of temperature.
Yeah, though not completely unusual. It's unusual for the Illidan Woods.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
The Illidan Woods are rumored to snow never lands here, right? So the great sequoias grow to a high height,
Yeah.
right? But this area, these trees are a lot more stumpy, a lot shorter, more spread out. The dirt even looks a little bit different. The grass is more sparse, more decayed looking. Like it just hasn't seen a lot of sunlight, right?
Okay, yeah. Scarlet will notice that and kind of turn to kind of whoever's near me and go, "This land looks wrong, almost sick. Like it doesn't belong here."
If I look at the map I got, Tony, like, does it list like trees on there, like the types of trees, or is it just like a more general like atlas?
It's actually generally detailed. It actually has side notes about the great sequoias, the trees, common height. Nothing here mentions anything. It doesn't mention a road. It doesn't mention a mountain range. And what did you get in your perception check?
It was a 21, I believe.
21.
Yeah,
And Matt, what check did you roll?
History.
Okay. This doesn't check out with history, by the way. This does not check out. With the 21, as you're looking past the mountain range, your elven eyes do see further down the road. You think you see the tip of a gate, right? Because there's obviously a hill cresting. But you see in the mountain range, you see what you think are two large statues in the distance, each facing inward, right? They are holding swords. Of course, they don't have their heads, right? Maybe those have fallen off somewhere. You can't tell. It's far into the distance, but you see something in the distance carved in the mountain range, and it appears to be a gate carved into the mountain range itself. Like there's a wall of stone and then a gate with two stone statues facing inwards towards a gate. You only see like the top of it, right? So it's more like a part of a gate.
Does it look like an old gate? Can I tell from this distance? Does it look like an old gate or like something?
It's
new?
miles away. It's miles
Okay,
away.
yeah.
But you're at a weird height and distance since you're an elf, you can kind of see a little bit further with that roll. I'll give you that.
All right. I'll point that out to the rest of the crew and start. I'll just make notes on the map about the change and like the topography. It's like, actually, is anyone here good at maps, cartography, by any chance?
Actually, I think.
Anybody?
Eventually, the
no.
cut purse does pop up, and the cut purse says, "Let me look at this guy's name." Stanley. Stanley pops up, and he's like, "I'm actually pretty good with a map. Can I have a look at it?"
Sure. Help yourself, I guess.
Stanley will take a look at it. Well, let me make a roll.
He actually says that out loud. Let me make a roll.
Jesus Christ.
He literally just rolls it up and like makes
He
it
rolls
be
He
some
on
role
dice.
plays himself.
Nothing on this map matches anything.
Yes.
I'm
we
good
noticed.
with maps. I mean, do you want me to draw on it?
If you feel confident in your map making,
Yeah.
map noting, just so we can keep track of how
Yeah.
it's changed.
I'm a fantastic map maker. I can do it. I learned a little bit of cartography from my father.
Oh, hidden depths. All right, have at it.
All right, and he starts whittling away at the map. Okay. It's in the background.
Also, as we're traveling and resting for the night, just as a rule going forward, I'll cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound as a watchdog at night.
Okay.
We make camp, so if any creatures approach our campsite, they'll start barking loudly.
Yep. Start barking loudly and may attack 40-foot radius, right?
30 feet.
30-foot radius. So fireball. Okay.
Bob's 30 feet.
Yep. If
I
somebody
didn't mean to
speaks,
say that. I didn't mean to say that. It was your fault. Sorry. It's escape.
Okay. Do you guys continue forward? You're still on the second day. It's only like mid-morning. You guys rolled really good for your travel.
it's good to stretch the old legs, get on the ground again.
Okay. So you guys continue forward. As you continue forward, eventually you do make it to a... Just making the dog's not eating anything she shouldn't be. You guys do make it to a gate. There is a large steel reinforced worn oak and possibly maybe stone gate. Looks like it has slats, right, that have been built into it over time. It's definitely iron bar reinforced. As you get closer there, are you guys disguising are you guys like hiding from the gate, or are you just marching right up to it?
I mean, we have
They hide.
the amulet thing, so
Yeah.
presumably this is the sun.
Yeah, I just don't want a guard spotting you and calling out if you guys were trying to hide.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
that's what I'm asking. Like, you guys stay
No, we should
within,
be good.
you guys
Yeah.
stay
Is there a
within
wall that goes to
fireball
this gate, or
radius.
is it just a gate?
There's a gigantic gate built into a mountain range. Let me. I got a picture. I will show you the picture. It'll only take me like a second.
That's all you had.
Probably it's hot shot.
1001.
Give me a second. Oh, it's not on this one. One more second. Maybe 30. Okay, there it is. All right, it's got to be here. There we go. There we go.
America. Land of the free. Home of the
Ish.
free-ish.
Ish.
That's what the gate looks like.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
So two giant stone men missing their heads and a gate that has been built into the stonework itself. There is a mountain range and it's built into it. Like you couldn't get past it. You'd have to go through this wall.
Does it look new-ish? Or
No.
is- looks- okay.
No, not even close to new. This thing looks old. You could mistake this for ruins if it wasn't still serviceable, right? You look like you could probably throw an army at that gate, and unless they had siege materials, they would not get far.
But we do know that this wasn't here according to the map.
Yeah, it's not here, according to the map. This road wasn't here, according to the map. Neither was the mountain range. It's all new. The trees don't even look the same. The animals look different. So,
Okay.
there you go. Alrighty then. You guys get close to the gate. As you do, obviously within fireball range, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Closer even.
So everyone in a nice line, right, for the lightning bolt.
We walk in a huddled mass as close as we can get together.
As close as a 10-foot cube as we can. Yeah. As you guys get close, you hear someone call out from the distance. And they scream towards you. Varför skifrar budarskraka? Nrötte dash då fra bomborkik drakada. Since Corey and Johnny rolled so well earlier, Trey, your helm goes ding ding ding. detected. Humanoid detected. You see someone that is off towards the top. They do appear to have some large handheld crossbow, right? Possibly machined, right? So it's going to launch javelins, essentially. Kind of similar to like... remember that giant crossbow that was on Game of Thrones, right? During the Wall Siege? Very similar to that. Just huge, very similar to what you'd have on the ship, actually.
Yeah, like a ballista.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be a ballista. I keep on thinking the throw thing's the ballista. The ballista.
That's the catapult.
That's a catapult, right?
Yeah.
So ballista. He has one pointed towards you. He's not the one talking though. There's someone behind him, and he's just calling out to you. He appears to be humanoid. He is wearing armor, and the armor has a wolf, a raven, and the moon on it.
Can I do a history check to see if I do recognize that?
Never seen it before. Won't even. Your character is certain without a roll. You have never seen that before.
Okay.
Neil, with linguistics,
Yes.
you have never heard that language before. Because you got that feat.
Yep.
You think if you hear it long enough, you might be able to pick it up, but it's definitely nothing you've heard before.
I will go ahead and cast tongues.
Okay. All right.
I'll cast comprehend languages just so I can listen in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. The man calls out again. Who are you and why do you come?
They want to know who we are and why we are here.
Well, yeah. Simply investigating this new mountain range that's sprung up out of nowhere.
Came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and we are all out of bubble gum.
We are all out of ass.
Okay, what is bubblegum?
It's some kind of gnomish delicacy. I think I tried it once. It's very weird, chewy. It took me forever to pass it. Anyway,
That was my experience with gnomish delicacies too.
yeah, Captain, I can only imagine.
I will. I guess I'll shout out back to the man in his language. We are here because we were sent to investigate this sudden appearance of this mountain range here.
The man calls out, well, the mystery is solved. Sorry, God, wrong accent. Blah, 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 blah. So the mystery is solved. This is the eastern... Yes, the eastern gate of the lands of Barovia. This is the kingdom of Barovia, liberated, ruled by the pure Prince Caspian Vanzurovich. First of his name, second of his lineage.
First that we've heard of him.
I'll relay that to everybody around us, and I'll be like,
What about the Summer King?
excuse me there, you up on the gate. What news of the Summer King?
I have no idea who that is.
He has no idea who that is.
Wait a minute.
What?
How does he not? Did they not see the great light? Or no, this happened after the light occurred. But how could they not have heard of the Summer King?
Let me ask. Is there someone of authority we can talk to who might know what happened? Like a captain or something?
Don't make him taunt you.
Where'd you get your coconuts?
To a second death.
I will seek one of the knights of Agamvastenholt, and I will see if they are willing to speak to you. Stay where you are.
I'll tell the crew he is going to get someone of authority who might know some answers to these questions.
Yeah, that's
In
right.
the
Karen has
meantime, he
asked
is-
for the manager.
Yes. Basically, he told us just to stay here and cool our heels for a moment.
Scarlet's
Can-
the littlest
Oh.
carrot.
Can I can Lodge make a nature check to see, just like looking at the landscape where like the mountain range meets like the forest? Can we like tell like, does it look natural or does it look like it's been like kind of like dropped in place like where there was previous foliage?
I'll say Lodge and Corey's character would have assumed there is an obvious point about a mile back, maybe a mile and a half, where literally it's almost in a zigzag, where the terrain just has a physical line. Like there's a physical line, like the grass looks like this, then the grass looks like this. You pick up some soil from one side, it's rich and dark. You pick up soil from the other side, and it is toned down, and it's much older, and it's more worn out, like it hasn't been fertilized well.
We've got, green and lush grass over here. And we got,
Would you say it's more like sandy, like the runoff from a mountainside or something like that?
Yes.
not healthy.
Yes. Yes, like it has more stone than it has like rich.
Yeah.
And it's like the trees haven't like died and regrown in it for a long time. It's like a garden that has had not had the soil turned in a long time. It's just kind of worn down. All the nutrients are starting to get worn out of it.
I'm forming a hypothesis of what may have occurred here, but let's see what this authority has to say to us first.
Eventually, after a small amount of time, let me grab the NPC and see if I can find him.
What we do is we just keep asking for the next manager up
Until
we
we
get
see.
someone who knows what's happening.
We could see the prince.
That's
So you just keep pushing 0 over and over again on the phone, and eventually it connects you.
He's a prince, right? So there's got to be a king somewhere after that. And then we get to the
Emperor.
king. And then we get to the emperor.
Yeah,
and then we
see.
get to God. And then we sort out all our problems.
And next up is the nobleman formerly known as Prince.
Bless him. Bless him in his purple rain.
Yes. You must visit him in his Paisley Palace.
I don't think that was rain.
Eventually, a man makes his way down. Instead of makes his way down, a smaller gate segment does open up on the side, and a man does walk through. He appears to be in black armor with silver trim on it. On his right, he does have that general seal upon his chest breastplate, but there appears to be a dragon that is entwined around it, silvery in nature. And on his right shoulder, he has a religious symbol. Those that are trained in religion can make a roll, and also Matt.
For religion?
Yes, for religion. You can make one untrained if it is not trained for you.
I got 14.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I got a rock.
All right.
Beat me to it.
It was a big rep.
Matt, you definitely have seen that symbol before. You've seen it in Rokugan and history texts before. It's not, you can't exactly place it, but you know it's something with Sandalef, right? Which is the second moon. Johnny, you rolled above a 13.
Yep.
So you do recognize it. That is the sigil of the dragon god Bahamut.
Would I not know that?
It's from the so I'd say with like a low roll, maybe you didn't like quite catch it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And technically in Rokugan, it's Tiamat who was
But
the
I
prime.
but I do follow.
Oh fuck, you do. You
Yeah.
do. Okay.
But if it's obscured or something, like, that's fine.
Well, we'll say that. We'll say you caught a glimpse of it, but like you didn't like catch the whole symbol, right?
Yeah,
Maybe a
like black
tabard
on
fell
black.
over it. And since Johnny's character is an elf, maybe his eyes catch it. As you get closer, I'll say you realize it after a few moments. But initially, Johnny would catch it first, but you would get that information.
Sun was in your eyes.
Yeah.
Distract-
As he begins to
Letters.
get closer, eventually he gets within sight. He does have a long sword at his hip, but he has a long wizard's staff on his right. Eventually he does stop, and he says, he looks like he makes a gesture. And he begins to talk in a tongue that all of you can understand. My name
Yes.
is Soul Knight Wizard Godfrey Gwillem. I am a commander of Argenvostenhold, under Lord Caspian Zorovich, and under, Corey, what's your other character's name?
Azura, Baroness of the Dawn, Commander of the Order of the Silver Dragon, Leader of the Knights of Argenvostenholt,
Azura,
Minister of Finance.
Baroness of the Dawn, who commands us currently. Do you wish entry into Barovia?
Yes.
Anyway, this is humanoid, obviously pale skin, more of a light build, right? But is wearing half plate.
Yes, if we could enter your country, that would be magnificent.
You can enter. We have not been told. We have been told to welcome all that come. We do not expect some to come so quickly. If you go past the gates, you can continue on past to the village of Barovia. Where do you wish to go? What is your business, if I may ask?
We are searching for the court of the Summer King.
I am uncertain who this is. Or his court. I am afraid that the only court that was here was the court of Strahd, von Zurovich, who has died, and his brother Caspian von Zurovich has taken the throne as prince. I do not know of this man you speak, but he is not in our lands. You could say I'm very familiar with our lands. I have walked its paths for many years.
If I may, and this may seem a strange question, but humor me, please. What continent does the Kingdom of Barovia reside upon? Who are your neighbors that you are most friendly with or not?
You mean our neighbors 400 years ago, or our neighbors now? I knew both at one point.
400 years ago?
I have aged well.
You have.
Indeed. I guess, to speak plainly, has Barovia always been here at this particular spot?
I have not been debriefed. My commander has just gotten back. But as far as I know, I have not seen sunshine in 400 years since the vampire lord took over residence of Barovia. But since he has been slain, I can see the horizon for the first time. Pounced Mount Gardis and Baratok. And the white plume
Vampire
mountain.
Lord stole the sun?
Yes, yes. And I was killed, and I was a revenant for 400 years. I've recently been brought back to life.
I want what he's drinking.
I was going to say, whatever drug he's got, if it keeps him alive for 400 years.
Once the vampire lord was slain, the sun began to shine again.
If I may, you weren't here until this year.
I've been around for many years. I do not understand.
But not here.
These woods look unfamiliar. Those great trees, I have never seen them before. There are none like it in Barovia. Most of the trees are weak and old from lack of sunlight.
Rutherford raises his hand. Sir?
Yes. Fine
When did
armor.
the trees appear?
When did the big trees appear?
Yeah.
After the horizon was visible again, and the mists of Barovia were gone. The country of Barovia was surrounded by a great mist that anyone who tried to pass it would die. Of course, unless, of course, you were a Vistani, which were allowed passage into the realms beyond the mists.
How long ago was that?
I mean, it's been at least a month. Let me take a look. Tony has to look at the calendar. This is why calendars are important.
So this man claims to be over 400 years old, is not an elf, and mentions mists and sunlight.
And has died and now is not.
And a lack of sunlight and eternal night up until recently.
Oh, and a mist that killed anyone. Now, we didn't pass any mists on the way here.
The land was ruled by a vampire lord, whereas the Summer King was.
If I may, and I've reached.
Vampire lord?
It has been a month since the vampire lord Strand von Zurovich was slain.
I believe I may know what occurred here, and I reach out for the map I handed off earlier.
Oh yeah, it's handed back to you.
Yes, and I'll unroll it, and I don't know if this will surprise you or not, but this is where Barovia currently lies, and it seems it was not here until just recently.
Honestly, not the weirdest thing that has happened this year.
This year?
I was recently dead, revenant, forever fighting the undead forces of a vampire demigod, who was slain by a bunch of weirdos who now rule over Barovia under the purview of a prince.
I mean, weirdos might be a bit strong.
Sounds terrible.
I'm sure one of them was nice.
Let's not make hasty judgments. This is...
You weren't there, you don't know.
When gentlemen and lady, my colleagues, when did the bright light happen?
He gives a date which kind of correlates to the beginning of the bright light. That is when we saw the sunlight again. I've been counting the days, hoping that it will not disappear, and Barovia will not fall again into the mists.
So your new prince, is he also a vampire?
No, he was recently dead, though.
Was anyone in your town not recently dead?
Most of the villagers. We've killed most of the dead that were out here. Some of them have fled into the woods.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
The zombies, the vampires, and the werewolves.
Oh my.
Boy.
And the witch. And the hag. And many others. That called him Lord.
And all of this happened when a group of strange people showed up, you said?
Well, the Lord, the previous king of Barovia, Strad von Zurovich, every year would make a game of having the Vistani trick the strongest adventurers he could into the land, and then he would kill them one by one for fun.
Must not have been the strongest since he didn't include us.
The Vistani have decided that this was a bad treatment after their priestess and their prince was killed. And they have decided to take on other words under the Burgermeister Porkshank.
Pay no mind to the doctor. She has fits.
Delayed onset Tasha's hideous laughter, unfortunately.
My friend, I'm not sure precisely what caused this, but if I understand correctly, it seems that your kingdom of Barovia has been transported not only to someplace else, but namely on top of another very powerful nation, and has caused quite a political upset in the region, to be perfectly honest.
It makes sense. I suppose if you kill a demigod in his plane, the plane has to go somewhere.
Indeed. Would it be at all possible to seek an audience with your prince to further maybe ascertain how this happened, and we can inform you as well of the nearby political tensions? We don't want to cause any further unrest than what's already occurred.
The prince's time is very difficult to get a hold of. I could perhaps have one of his emissaries meet you, if that is accepted. The Burgermeister of Valaki, perhaps.
Certainly, yes. We do not mean you any ill harm, and it seems as though you yourself have been dropped in an unfamiliar locale, and any help we can be happy to offer.
The Burgermeister is always interested. I will send word to the wizard, and I will see if he is willing to meet you. I will communicate with him after you enter. Go to the village of Barovia and wait for him there. I will send a message to him, or I will send a message to one of you. Which one?
I point to Decadic.
I can respond in kind as well if you wish to inform me. My name is Decadic Thornbrook.
I just need to meet you. I will send you a message. It will be in your mind.
Very good.
Welcome to Barovia. People here speak Barovia. They do not know the other languages.
Indeed. We can somewhat compensate. I don't suppose you have a dictionary we could borrow to brush up on Barovian?
Not on me. Perhaps in the village. Talk to the Burgermeister. The Burgermeister perhaps may have some.
Very good, yes.
Yes.
You have a dictionary? Yes. Oh, thank you.
If you go to the village of Barovia, go to the tavern. The Burgermeister owns it. All right. You guys are let into Barovia. Tony's going to grab a little bit more gin. Think about what you guys want to do. You will reach it by the third day, by the way. Since you guys already pre-rolled your travel, it only took you 4 hexes to get here. You got 2 left, and that's actually the distance to the village of Barovia. So,
all right then.
Break.
Technically got a bonus hex, but you know.
Then we'll travel away from the city just to prove a point.
I'm looking forward to smashing Tony's 2 games together here.
I'm ready to roleplay my characters if I have to.
That's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
Me too. I just gotta remember her full title. Let me go find it.
You need to tell us what you rattled off before wasn't her full title?
Oh no, it's like Azura, Baroness of the Dawn, Commander of the Order of the Silver Dragon, Defender of the Faith, Sword and Shield of Barovia, Minister of Finance, and High Priestess of the Order of the Morning Lord. There's more. There's a lot more.
Wow.
Grand Poobah of the Doink.
Of all of this and that, you get nothing with it, just a fancy title.
Oh, fair.
Oh, here it is. I'll read off, since we're taking a break, I'll read it off. Let me if I can scroll down a little bit. She is... Where did it go? Oh, yeah. Azura, by the grace of Bahamut and His Majesty Prince Sergei Caspian von Zorovich, Crown Prince of Barovia, Baroness of the Dawn, Commander of the Order of the Silver Dragon, Lady of Argon Vosmenholt, Paladin of the Morning Lord, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Defender of the Faith, the Shield and Sword of Barovia as it is.
Wow.
She's awesome.
That's the end of her titles. She's awesome. Oh, Freya.
I love that
Give
grand
me that
kebab.
food, Dad. You know you want to.
She's looking.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking and cooking and
She's
shit.
licking my belly right now, hoping there's like peanut butter there or something.
Gross.
Or she's trying to find another avenue to get to the food.
I will eat through your flesh.
It's in your
Remember that
belly.
torture?
Tasty flash.
Remember that torture in Game of Thrones with the rat in the bucket and the hot poker? Yeah.
Oh,
That's real torture. It's a real torture.
That
Yeah.
always reminds me of
Also in Too Fast, Too Furious.
and in 1984.
Yes, 1984. That's what I was thinking it was from.
Except they do it to his face.
Yeah.
Sir Godfrey Gwynlyn.
I just had Nick Cage pop into my head.
Puppies!
I mean, that happens to most people throughout the day.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is his day job.
Yeah. So for my next character, I'm taking an Aarakocra, but it's just a human, but they have like wings from their hair because their head is a bird. And they have the best persuasion because every argument is invalid.
I'm sorry. That was your argument?
Your backup character died at birth.
Ah!
Now hold on, is that an argument?
I want a backstory. I want a full write-up. I want you to roll stats, and he's going to die.
And we want portraits of him in 18 different poses, and we want them in black and white and color.
That's right. Neil, get your son on that.
Oh, sure. Here's one of them.
Okay.
There's the best of
That'll
preacher
only take
going.
6 years.
Oh! Here's another of them stepping off an airplane with a mullet going in the wind.
No, that's mine.
Okay. So everyone's back.
Looks like it, yep.
Kitty demands snack.
It is a man sacrifice.
This cat eats barbecue potato chips. He eats burritos. Apparently, he eats brownies.
Oh, that poor thing.
My cat tries to, but then he'll get sick.
Yes.
Our kitty is extremely picky. She won't eat shit.
Well,
If the cheese that you give her isn't the right size, she won't eat it.
I don't think anyone really eats shit.
Oh, really?
Well,
Don't
Nick
kink shame
Cage.
me.
It used to be nutritious. Maybe it still is.
No.
Only one way to find out.
What I'm
Nope.
shitting out is pure
Nope, there's
fiber.
no way to find out. It's
Right.
unfindoutable. Not going to happen.
If it's pure fiber, you're eating too much fiber.
Well, that's because I've been recycling the fiber over and over.
I will throw a shit demon at the lot of you.
Oh, a one-man human centipede. No.
oh,
Oh God.
Oh man.
So as you guys begin to get closer towards the village, there is a road that does weave off to the right. And in the distance, you do see what appears to be the crest of a temple top. That seems to crest over the trees, but that's about it. You guys continuing towards Barovia, or are you guys going towards your right?
Towards the village of, I think.
Yeah, I think I go on towards the village.
Deeper into Barovia if it was.
Trey, I can't understand a word you just said.
You're breaking up pretty bad.
Yeah, like really bad.
Sorry, my internet's a little shitty. I thought that we were going to go deeper into Barovia, but I don't know if I missed the part where we nixed that idea.
No, it's not. I'm just telling you that the road veers off to the right towards a hidden temple in the distance. That's all. You guys can continue going towards the village of Barovia, or turn right. I have so many plots. So much stuff is going on.
Or we just turn around and leave.
Or you just turn around and leave. I have more stuff there. Obviously, you had a sampling of what's in the area.
Well, do you guys think we'll find any trace of the Summer King's court at all here? In which case, we should be exploring, looking around a bit more, or assume that it has probably completely disappeared from our time and space and move on with our lives effectively.
I mean,
well, we tried.
It's not here, so let's just turn around and go home.
I wonder, maybe it's possible that pieces of it still remain. Like maybe the entire summer court wasn't replaced, or maybe there are pockets of it.
The basement's still underneath,
Yeah. It would do well to at least see this official and find out if they come across any remnants, maybe that they don't recognize, that could be from the Summer Court.
Is the Summer King worshipped?
Yeah.
So,
primarily amongst the Fae of the Summer Court, but also humans. There are some paladin orders that subscribe to him for like justice and heroicism. Basically, like under in paladins, the vow of heroes, right? That kind of thing. He's also a vengeful son of a bitch. So there's also that.
Yeah.
Is there any identifying marks on the hidden?
No.
Whatever you said it was.
Oh, you're talking about the
hidden temple.
You can only tell if there's a curved top that seems to go over the tree line in the distance. You're unable to. There's no holy symbol that's on the top of this structure. You can tell from just looking at it, though. It does look like most religious structures have like a curved temple top, right? And it does resemble that.
Well, at least mark it down on the map, so if we don't go to it now, we might still want to check it out. Keep in mind where it is.
Is our host, the knight who met us, is he coming with us, or did he go on ahead?
He didn't go with you. He stayed at the gate. He said he was going to send a message ahead.
Oh, right. Okay.
So.
All right. So yeah, just continue to the village for now.
Oh, because we were going to meet the emissary there.
Yep.
Yes.
He would meet you in time, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He might have some answers, maybe.
So
I
as
don't
you
expect anyone
approach the village, there you do see the smokestacks of a village within the distance. It does hang. So basically, as you guys begin to get deeper into Barovia, there are woods on the left and right of you. But as you begin to get deeper in, there is a lot of farmland and prairie, right? There is kind of wilted wheat, but it's beginning to start to spring up again. So fields of farmland. It's like you're walking through Iowa.
Never heard of it.
So, yes, the great ancient lands of Iowa. Anyway.
Crops are all laid low by the wind.
That's right. Their god is Marika, by the way. So anyway, as you go further on, there is a paved road, and it is an actual road. Eventually the road becomes paved. It stops becoming a dirt merchant road. As you begin to get closer, inside the crest of two giant hills, there is a valley, and in that valley you see a large village. Right now, you would guess that village is maybe 2,500, 3,000 people, right? So sizable. There you see many houses and streets in the village, stacks, and you see a large mansion on a hill. As you begin to get closer, eventually you do come across a guard towards one of the main roads leading into Barovia. You're uncertain what the language says as you pass a sign as you get closer in. It is an unknown language.
Just comprehend languages, not let me read
tongues.
Just tongues?
Those
Okay.
only last like an hour.
Oh.
You guys have been traveling for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours.
Oh,
This
wow.
is,
From
this is
the
like
gate.
this is like the next day.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
But you guys do reach it by the morning of the next day after camping in the woods. No issues so far. There is a guard there. The guard does kind of approach you as you guys do see lots of people in the distance, but most of them just villagers going amongst their day. For what the place looks and feels like, have you guys seen Beauty and the Beast? Traditional 15th, 16th century village, right? So definitely roofs that are thatched, brick buildings, or at least ones that have some kind of plaster on the outside, right? That white English plaster, that kind of thing. So a structured village, not a stick village. So the guard will approach you as you get to nearby. He seems to be the only one. He does have a pike. And he does have a chart near him, and he does have a money box. And he says,
I will cast comprehend languages again.
I will do tongues.
All right, it's a new day, so you guys have long rested at least. Okay, so he says, again, sirs, where do you come from? And what is your business in the village of Barovia?
Captain, he wants to know what our business here is. No, we are here to seek something called a Burgermeister. I think that's what they mentioned. Did anyone else in our team catch the title? Was it?
You seek
Sounds
audience.
right.
You seek an audience with Ismark the Lesser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Burgermeister. Burgermeister Ismark the Lesser. You will find in the Blood of the Vine Tavern. He is the proprietor of that establishment. If he is not there, then you may find him on his family house on the hill. He'll point to the large house on the hill.
All right, everybody. There's a Burgermeister, who I think it means someone who's in charge, and this person is named Ismark the Lesser, and he can be found in either a tavern or in the big house up there on the hill.
I thought the Burgermeister was somebody who was like a beef tycoon.
I have
Very
no
well
idea.
could be. We don't know how they run their economy in this.
Did he say beef taco?
See, in Barovia, we have a thriving taco business.
Sure, I've never had a taco.
That's right. Taco trucks as far as the eye can see to the south.
I'm
It's
not
almost like they're
really-
invading with their taco trucks.
Taco
I'm not
wagon.
really specialized in Cajun cooking.
That-
From the bayou.
That's on the coast.
Ah.
It's just the cannibals that eat the Cajuns.
Kind of gamey.
Who eats
No.
the Cajun cooking?
So, everybody, Captain, I guess if we want to meet whoever's in charge, we would either go to the tavern or the house.
I vote tavern.
Yes, let's
I
go to
may
the
as well.
tavern and maybe overhear some conversation from the townsfolk, get an idea of what's going on.
Going to suggest the same thing, Decatur. Maybe get some rumors of any latent remaining Summer King power.
That too, yes. See if anyone mentions anything about strange. Although seems like the guard at the gate didn't even realize they've been transported. They just, I mean, I guess if they've been living under eternal night, the sun would be the only thing they'd really pay attention to at first.
The mist, they couldn't leave the village. They couldn't see far either.
Still, they must have been. There couldn't have been a kingdom hidden in mist within the summer court. Could that have been? They must have been transported here somehow.
Although they did mention that the Fae are tricky people, could this be some Fae ruse that we did not know about?
This entire country.
They could be messing with our
Village, I should
brains.
say.
They are the ones who mentioned tacos first. I didn't.
I don't think the Summer King, as wily and unpredictable as he is, I don't think he would be given to flights of fancy as just pretending to be a whole other nation out of nowhere.
I'm gonna start poking the dirt to make sure it's real.
But you do bring up a valid point, Scarlet. We don't know fully what's going on, and things may not be as they appear.
Does anyone in our party speak of the language of the Fae?
No.
I know Elvish and Sylvan.
That's the language of the Fae, by the way.
Sylvan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
I speak Fae. I can.
Maybe we should drop a word or two to see if they catch on. And then
Sure.
when they do, we got them.
I'll sure. As we're walking along, I'll just pretend to carry on a conversation, and Faye just saying random stuff.
Okay.
Like beef tycoon.
Studebaker, taco truck.
Eventually, as you're making your way down the street, there's a lady with a cart full of old pastries. And as you pass by, she's like, "Oh, well, hello there, sir." She's speaking in Fae. "Can I help you?"
Okay, Dick, what's going on?
She is speaking
It
Fae.
appears to be like a really just an old lady. What the fuck?
That's it, let's leave!
Can I help you, sir? You're an elven man. There's not many of those around here. You look different, though. Lighter. You're not one of the dusk elves. You're lighter-colored folk.
Whitey.
Whoa.
Yes, I hail from the nation of Varisia originally.
Oh, Varisia, I've never heard of this country before.
Yes, it's a great distance away, and I've traveled quite far. I see you're selling pastries. May I peruse your wares? What do you have to offer?
So beautiful little pastries. They're called dream pastries. Have you ever tried them?
I have not.
If you eat one, they'll give you pleasant dreams.
Ooh.
They're filled with the best
Opium.
of fillings. It's a meat pie, by the way.
Like a taco!
Yes, like a taco. We had some visitors come a while back, right? They always wanted tacos, and I kept on telling them, I don't have the tacos, but I do have what they would call a burrito.
She holds up a small circular croissant-like pie.
Because I have tongues, yeah.
If you'd be willing to talk to me, I can give you one.
Certainly, yes. We're very interested in your village here, if you're wondering.
She gives you a meat pie.
Yes, this is the village of Barovia. These poor people have been trapped for quite some time behind the mists of Barovia. But luckily we've been freed. Yes, the gracious Prince Caspian has freed and liberated us. It's very good. Yes.
Yes, we heard about the terrible circumstances you lived under. Did you previously live under this vampire lord's rule beforehand, or did you?
Yes, I lived under the great Lord Strahd for many years. But he was slain in battle by some adventurers. I myself have heard a lot of things about them. I seek actually to travel beyond my current placement. I hear that there is a land called Mithras out there. Have you heard of the lands of the courts of Mithras before?
I have indeed.
Have you? Oh, well. Yes. I would be interested in going there sometime. I have a small amount, not much time left is in this old body, but I have money. I would pay for those that would take me.
Mithras is where the Moon King is, too.
Yes. Indeed. May be able to help you with that. Tell me, do you know what life was like before the vampire lord took over?
Before the great Lord Strahd took over. I've heard stories of him before. Oh, eat the moon pie before it gets cold. You look all skin and bones.
It's all right. The vegan Decadic will take a bite of the meat pie and.
Okay, that's fine. Nothing. It's fine. No roll or anything. You're fine.
Scarlet, buy one.
Oh, yes. Oh, would you like a meat pie?
Yes, thank you.
There you go. Pleasant dreams there.
Maybe a tackle.
Yes, I've heard stories that once long ago this land was a part of a realm called Faerun. But a great clashing of our Lord, who is blessed with great powers, saved this land from outside forces, and husted away into safety, into the space of the astral plane, into a demi-plane of his own creation. But then he was slain, and he's now gone, for now. And, now Lord Caspian reigns, and it appears that I've never seen two moons before. I would assume we're somewhere else. We only had one moon before. It was a lot prettier than those two. Big. Size matters when it comes to moons.
If you insist. Yes, we are from outside of Barovia, native to this plane your town seems to have transported to.
You look like a wizard. I recognize your component pouch. Can't hide it from me.
Big pouch.
Yes, very, very good eyes. I am a wizard.
Yes. All of you seem to have these beautiful magical items on you. It's great.
Ooh.
Powerful, even. Are you two going to stay in Barovia for long?
Yes.
For a time, yes. We are hoping to meet with the
honeymoon.
Burgermeister to introduce ourselves.
Would you, after you're done talking to this Burgermeister, do you know this land? Would you be able to escort an old lady and his young, beautiful daughter and his son-in-law to the lands of Mithras? I would be willing to pay you in money or magic.
I will turn to the captain and translate all of this from Sylvan to Nandian, our common language, and I'll let him know. Okay, Captain, here's what's going on. This old lady wants to get to Mithras. She's going to take some people. We're going to take some people. That's cool with you. If not, let us know.
You can reply to this message.
Say,
Please post on
how long how long does she want for travel time? Basically, is she picky or? And then also pay us in magic. Meaning
Money on
what?
magic.
Evidently, I think the only timetable is to reach there before her time is up on this plane.
Oh, so she's gonna disappear soon?
Before she dies of old age, Scott.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a metaphor, Doctor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a simile.
Metaphor what?
A metaphor. Yeah, I'll translate.
What sort of magic is she offering?
Yeah, what kind of magic are you offering, lady?
A cantrip a day.
Well, if
Booming blade.
you get me there within the next month, I'll give you all one rare magic item of your choice. Or 4,500 copper each of your choice.
With the Hearthstone, does that only transport the 6 of us?
Transports 10 people.
Okay.
So yeah, we got 6 plus 2.
That's one too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to leave somebody behind. She has 3 people she wants to bring.
Oh yeah.
Looking at you, Meekob.
Oh shoot, I missed him. That means we're down 2, actually.
We have the 6 of us. Meekob, Lodge, Evergreen. And we got those 3. That said 12.
Stanley. Yeah.
Stanley, that's
Right,
13.
yeah.
This is why I don't bring bitches.
Rutherford, kindly old woman, don't be so rude.
She doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Yes,
I
I,
As
do.
I
Mind your
translate
manners.
this to her,
that's right. Mr. Wizard, I don't understand a word he's saying.
She says in Sylvan.
That's so
Actually,
right.
Trey, you have comprehend languages.
Oh yeah, because your helmet.
It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I think my helmet translates to her.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
She's like, yes, I don't understand a word he's saying.
It's alright. He's just a hired thug we keep for security protection.
well, for somebody's protection, not always ours.
Oh, well, it's very interesting. It's fine by me. I'm not one to judge here. I'm just in this small market selling my meat pies, wanting to explore the world before I perish.
I think.
Does anyone else want a meat pie?
Anyone else want a meat pie that is clearly not a taco?
I'll take one.
Taco.
Okay, you get a meat pie. Okay, just a meat pie.
I missed something.
Oh yeah, Trey dropped out for a minute. Yeah, we're talking to a nice old lady selling meat pies.
Speaking Faye.
But tacos?
Tacos.
That's what Scarlett thinks they are, even though they are clearly not tacos.
They're basically meat pies, but they're shaped kind of like croissants. So they're basically like a croissant that is filled with meat.
So a calzone or a stromboli.
Yeah. But it's
But
called
Scarlett
a
thinks
but it's
they're
called a meat pie because everything's a pie.
Filled with
It has
meat.
meat in it.
So, Tony,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Detect Good and Evil.
They mentioned a witch living here.
What does Detect Good and Evil detect?
For the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located.
There is both a fey and a fiend in front of you, and a powerful source of evil. Because it also gives you powerful sources.
The powerful source of evil is in the pies.
Similarly, you will know if the place or object within 30 feet of you has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Wherever she steps is magically desecrated, just for a moment.
Well, it's just a month worth of travel. Young shipper lads.
Captain.
Shipper lads.
Captain. Captain. Ixnay on the apple tray.
I translate. Oh, the tongue isn't working.
Scarlet starts bleeding from the nose.
Ew, this is so hot.
I mean,
Captain,
it might
she
be.
is powerfully evil.
Our travel plans don't exactly take us there in that amount of time either.
I'll just try to translate. Like, oh, we might have a few other things to take care of, and might not be able to take you to Mithras right
The ground
away.
where she steps is desecrated.
A paladin has other issues to attend to.
She is evil and fey.
Well, I'm
Do
going...
you know anything about the Summer King?
I'll translate. Does she know anything about the Summer King?
She's
Because she
gonna-
mentioned Mithras.
As Tom's character mentioned that, she'll look at Tom. She's going to speak Sylvan, but she's looking at Tom before you can translate. And
What?
she says, but she's saying only in Sylvan, so only you can understand, Corey.
Well, and Decadic.
And Decadic, yeah.
Oh, him. Why would you want to know about him?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be your price, then, for taking me to the lands of Mithras?
I'm gonna look at Decadic like, how do we handle this now?
Ixnay on the apple tray.
I know exactly where he is.
Oh, Decadic, do you know Beryllian or Tortistrian?
No, I do not.
Damn it. I was gonna try to switch to like a Linus. I'll try to like.
Corey, at this point, you think she has comprehend languages up.
Okay, damn it.
She seems to understand, but she's not speaking any language.
Okay, shit.
I will telepathically speak to Scarlet.
There, good.
Ah.
Because I look nervous.
That's the
You're not
one.
the only one.
So in my head, then I'll be
Use
like,
the powers of evil for good.
as much as I would love
Sword
to
hand
find
is
out
twitching.
stuff, I don't think it'd be a good idea to bring something this bad to Mithras.
I mean, Mithras is pretty bad too.
Let alone to the hey, shut up.
We're
Let alone
talking.
to the
Captain,
ship.
get out of our psychic conversation. God.
This is
It's
not
like somebody
the
also
way we
picked
want
up the phone back in the days of the
Oh
handheld
my
phones.
God. Mom, get off the line.
But you guys keep talking.
Yes, we're already in enough as it is trying to figure out what happened here, and now this is not something we clearly want to bring with us, and we'll want to make sure she doesn't follow us out of here.
But that being said, I think we should just give her the excuse that we have a few other things to take care of first.
Yes, we should. And then
I'll
I'll
lean into a Strom and be like, I haven't shot anybody in a long time. I'm starting to forget the gun points. I swear to God, man.
I'll say
In
out
like 2
loud
weeks.
to the old woman. We'll have to confer. We do have an itinerary to keep, but if we are able to give you passage, we would be happy to come back. Where is your dwelling?
Oh, my dwelling.
Yes.
If you go outside of the town, just for now, there's an old temple to an ancient dragon god.
Yes, I think we might have spied the path there on our way into the village.
If you are interested, meet me there. I'll be there for another day or two. In which case, I'm just going to have to march out on my own and make my way to the courts of Mithras with my cart, of course. Ah, free moon pies, though. If you're happy, you look so scrawny.
Oh, I've still got this one to finish, and I already had lunch earlier, but thank you very much. I enjoyed this immensely.
Just so worried about your health. I mean, it's only courteous that I give you something.
It's very kind of you.
Scarlet raises her hand.
Yes.
As his doctor, I can assure you his health is peachy keen.
Yes. Yes, it would be. Well, Mrs. Scarlett Maladendo, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Anyway, if you happen to find me, just call out my name 3 times and I'll arrive. The name is Baba Lagasa.
Very good to know.
Well,
Be sure to call out to you if need be. Oh, is that the Burgermeister? Quick, guys, let's go!
She'll lift up the cart and she'll just start walking down. Say,
moon pies, moon pies, moon pies made from fresh children.
and as you turn around, she's just gone. Just gone. Like mist.
What did she say?
Oh, she says made from fresh children.
I was gonna
go, all right, and aims the disintegration ray. He goes, fuck! I knew this bitch was crazy.
The Kadic was going to cast Identify when he ate, but now he doesn't need to. And
You might want to cast Purge Stomach.
Yes.
Strong sitting there happy as a clam.
It's fucked up. She said that in Sylvan too, so it's like doo. So Strom's just eating like.
Yeah.
And Decatur, I'm imagining, is like.
Yeah, the
Dude, I
Kadic bends
should've
over
eaten one of
and
the pies.
forcibly makes himself gag and vomit that back up. Holy shit.
Charlotte's not opposed to it, but she's not going to stop eating it.
She was evil with a capital E.
I'm not very keen on this town of Barovia so far, I must confess.
I would recommend we eat and drink nothing here.
Did you
told me my
Indeed.
name.
did you translate the end of what you guys said? The end of the conversation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Is
My helmet read everything. I was understanding it.
Oh right, you have comprehend languages. Yeah, you have subtitles basically.
Yeah. That's why I dropped the hint strong, like I haven't shot anybody in a long time. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Can I kiss bitch?
You said her name was Balagasa?
Baba Lagasa.
Balagasa.
Yeah.
Ah, Balagasa.
Let me pull. I can give you the spelling.
She's a character.
yeah, Baba Yaga, but creepier.
There we
Yes,
go.
Mr. Smoot, I retract my earlier comment. I will happily accept one of your hostess Twinkies at this time, please.
And I put the name in the chat. There we go.
Ah.
You may have had enough child snacks for one day.
Sick burn! Gotta get some ointment.
Okay, so you guys are welcome to travel Barovia if you want.
Are we welcome?
Yeah, the guard lets you in. There's no other people here. No one else really seemed to make note of the old woman. It's almost as if they didn't see her.
Oh, great.
Even better.
Nobody's passive was high enough to put that investigation part. It was like a 22. I didn't see anybody had a 22, so it was like, It was just so subtle. Now, in hindsight, it's like, wait a minute. Anyway, there is a mercantile shop, the Blood of the Vine Tavern. There is a townhouse that it will house people if you don't want to stay at the tavern. There's a Burgermeister's mansion, a church, a cemetery, and a couple other locations. There's a blacksmith shop, but there doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to have a magic shop or anything here. Just normal village with normal stuff, normal people, except
Little town,
yeah.
little quiet village.
There goes the baker with his face like always.
One weird girl just dancing and singing as she's walking through the town, just like, there's the one.
The same old bread and
Oh, there's Mad Mary.
The Kadic will take a swig of his water skin and spit it out. Let's go to the tavern where the Burgermeister is supposed to be. Let's get this over
Don't
with.
eat or drink anything here.
I'm swigging my water skin.
Okay, so you guys make it to the Blood of the Vine Tavern. There's people, as you walk here, there's people that try to stop you every once in a while. They'll talk to you in language you do or do not understand. Some of you automatically do. Some of you may not. They're mostly just offering goods. They recognize you as foreigners, as adventurers. They seem to be excited about people are in this town.
Am I starting to pick up the language?
You're starting to pick up aspects of it. You can start making rolls to learn the language if you want. So in the Excel sheet, I have languages in there, but but since you have that feat, right? You both have advantage, and the successes you need are halved.
Yeah, I don't have that feat, so.
Yeah, the linguist feat basically halves the amount of time that you need to learn a language, so the successes you need are halved. So you pick it up a lot quicker than anybody else.
Where the hell are languages?
It's under
It's the last one after
downtime,
abilities.
and it is languages is like row 7. You're automatically considered to have a teacher or a book because you are a teacher. Intelligence plus equipment plus teacher, you're automatically considered to have a teacher, so you have a +2 to it. And the DCs you need are halved, so instead of 15, it's 7.
So then, in that case, Scarlet will then have to go look for a book.
Okay.
That goes off int?
Yeah, it's intelligence plus equipment, since you are considered to automatically you're automatically considered to be a teacher, you get a +2 automatically.
Yeah.
If you have equipment, which is like a book, you get an additional +2.
So I get my +2 for intelligence, and then +2 for having the feat.
The feat, yeah. And you just need a 10 for a single success, 15 for 2, 20 gives you 3. So technically, with the right rolls, you could easily learn this in 3 days with hot rolls.
Okay.
So then,
1d20 +4.
So for me, then I just needed to get a book.
Yeah. If you get a book, you're considered to be able to start learning, which is intelligence +2, and you need 15 instead of 7.
Okay, I will. Then, I will try to find a book at some point.
Okay.
Well, that's an 8. That's 1 success.
There you go. That's 1 success. Equipment can add. It can make the difference. All right, so it's a single shaft of... Basically, it's a 3-story tavern. There is a red vine that seems to be dripping blood on a sign, and it's called Blood of the Vine Tavern. Outside, there are several people. There's a lot of people drinking wine. They're kind of talking themselves, and if you have comprehend languages up, you get it. Neil, you're starting to pick out pieces of the language, so you're starting to put together curse words. You think you know what the word wine is at this point, stuff like that. Trey, people look at you weird because you're in a giant robot mech suit walking around town with a visor. You look weird to them, and you got blinking lights on you. Tom, no one here seems to have ever seen a snake man before. You get looked at pretty hardly. Eventually, you guys make your way into the tavern. This place is packed. People are spending money. People seem happy. People seem to be still celebrating. There's drunk people on the floor. Eventually, it's crowded. You guys are able to make your way in. There seems to be a man who seems to be very busy behind the bar. Definitely, you can make out Ismark the Lesser. He has long, shaggy, grayish hair. He appears to be about ancient, so he's about 50 years old. He's wearing a brown tunic, and he appears to be just literally selling drinks as fast as he can, and people are just throwing money behind the bar. Right? There's no exchange jar or anything. People just throw money behind the bar. And
That's awesome.
Eventually there's a small child that sweeps it up every once in a while and puts it in a box. So, a big place, rowdy, people drinking. Ismark is behind the bar. It's well lit currently because it's morning. So people are getting tanked and it's morning. There appears to be some food. Some of you can read. Johnny and Corey and
I
Trey.
can read.
I can't read.
I can read.
Well, you
I
have
only speak.
tongues. Yeah, you can only speak and understand. Trey though can comprehend. Tom,
Yep.
can you comprehend?
I can read.
Oh, right, you can read any language. Anyway, there's shit on a shingle, right? There is eggs, toast, and wine. Shit and shingle comes with wine, and then there is sausage muffin and a meat pie and wine. First one has wine number 3, second one has wine number 6, and the third one has wine number 9.
Decanic's not ready to relive that trauma all over again.
Well, I'm looking at the menus, right? Is that what we're basically doing right now?
That's the menu that you see as you come in, and then Ismark is like taking orders like crazy.
I'm looking for the fire to see if it says anything about locally sourced children that are in the meat pies or anything like that.
Motherfucker. There used to be 2 kids that would sweep up the money.
Trey, you don't read any of that. It appears that these meat pies are not locally sourced.
Not that local.
Where else would they come from? This country is so
Or was
tiny
that the
right
name
now,
of the
isn't
kid?
it?
Was the name of the kid not locally sourced?
All meat pies not locally sourced.
It was literally one kid named locally sourced. They're just denying him.
They've
Must
just
have been a
spread
good
it
kid.
out over
Real
like
fat kid.
bunch of meat pies.
Anyway, busy tavern. Ismark is right there. He's taking orders. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'll
I
follow.
don't think they'd make these meat pies out of children. I mean, that just seems stupid. Why would they do the same thing evil, say, which person did? I think it's safe to eat the meat pies.
Oh, Neil, since you cast Detect Good and Evil,
Why wouldn't it be?
you do not detect any other sources of evil by the time you reach the tavern. Because it does last for 10 minutes and takes you about 10 minutes to get to the tavern.
Okay.
So the cuisine here is probably safe to eat, you're saying?
Not for you.
Scarlet, get me a meat pie.
All right. I'll try to flag down the bartender.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold Scarlet up and wave her over the crowd.
Eventually, Ismark, the lesser, the Burgermeister of this town, does look towards your direction, and he does say, welcome to the Blood of the Vine Tavern. I am Ismark the Lesser, Burgermeister of the village of Barovia. How can I help you? My child friend? Is that your daddy?
You better take those words back right now, young man, or I'm going to come over there and kick your ass so hard you're going to fit your ears.
Scarlet, doctor.
Scarlet, what?
Let me at him! Let me at him!
Scarlet, you're the only one who can communicate for us. Please contain yourself.
Just put a
right.
hand on her forehead.
All right. We will take 6 meat pies, 6 eggs, 6 pieces of toast, and 4 bottles of wine.
The 3, number 6, or number 9?
1 of each.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All the tables are taken. Go. He's going to point towards a corner. I'll have one of the kids bring it over there.
Is there music playing?
Yes, there is a little bit of music playing in the background. There is a guy on a fiddle trying his hardest, but people actually, it's so loud in this tavern because it's so packed, and people seem to be still celebrating something, right? Corey, Johnny, and Trey. You guys are like the rise of Prince Caspian. They seem to be praising the fall of Strahd von Zurabich, the heroes of Barovia, and Ismark the Greater, who seems to be just getting a lot of the credit locally for some reason.
Ah, yes. We are the Barovians, the free ones, my friends.
Yeah. But there's a guy on a fiddle playing a song as furiously as he can. Not well.
I want to do something that I haven't done.
Okay.
And I want to pull out my dulcimer.
Okay.
And go over to him and try to play with him.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Oh, dulcimer. Wow.
Dueling fiddles.
Oh, look at me. I'm
10, not bad. You start doing a little bit of dueling dulcimer with dueling fiddle. 10 is proficient. You're proficient with the thing and the skill. So both the tool and the skill. So yeah, I got no issue. You start playing. Not blind blowing, but it's good. It's good.
Does it make him better?
Yes. It helps that more than one instrument is playing over like the screaming of the crowd. Luckily, the sheet music is easy to read because that goes beyond language, right? Notes are still notes.
They developed a different system for music.
Jeez, no. No.
Wrong place in 4/4 time.
So there you go. Eventually, food and wine is brought out to you.
Can I get a glass of wine, please? I think I could really use one.
You get a nice tall glass of number 3.
And I try to down it or attempt to.
You can down it as much as you want. Eventually, over the afternoon, the morning crowd does die down, and there's maybe 4 people left in the bar, and Ismark is just cleaning glasses and sweeping up, trying to help one of these. You would say one of the cooks who's done cooking. Try to pull one of the drunk people off the floor outside.
Put me down. I'm not drunk. I'm a doctor, damn it.
It's not loud in here.
Some drunken hobgoblins on the floor. I'm a hero.
The shortest hobgoblin I've ever seen.
Anyway, that's just a joke, but yeah. You guys are in the tavern. What do you want to do?
Business has died down. Doctor, should we attempt to have a more in-depth conversation with the Burgermeister?
I think so. We can talk to him, but if he calls me a kid one more time, I'm gonna sleep with him so many times. Okay, I'll talk to him.
Smoot, would you like to join us? Maybe you've picked up enough to help better communicate with the man in charge.
Sure. I can say, wo ist die Bibliothek?
Yeah, where's the bathroom?
That might be more than Scarlet might be able to muster shortly here.
Wie viel kostet deine Mutter?
Very good, yes.
Wait, you just say I'm a kid?
Just gonna pat you on the head.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Eventually, Ismark is in the corner. He does notice you guys. And let me see. Has he noticed that you guys are foreigners? Right. Not that high of a roll. Right. You guys definitely stick out.
Are we with the band Foreigner?
Ooh.
Eventually, Ismark takes out a ring. He puts it on. He does walk over and he says, "Welcome to Barovia. My name is Ismark the Lesser." You guys seem to be able to understand him at this point. He has put on a ring.
Awesome.
Good, because our one solid translator is getting sloshed over here.
Well, shit, I take that back. That's a ring of tongues. He talks at you hoping you have tongues. One of you.
He's talking at us in tongues, and I can understand him.
Well, no. I'm sorry. He has comprehend languages up. I forgot the ring's comprehend languages is not tongues. So he starts talking at you guys. He's like, "My name is Ismark the Lesser. I am the Burgermeister of Valoki. I have a ring on. I can understand you. Sorry, I can understand you. Can you understand me?"
I can read what you're saying through my helmet.
I'll
That's
cast
weird.
comprehend languages if need be again.
Yeah,
Does that match his so that we can converse?
It basically negate. Yeah,
I've
they
got
basically.
this. He knows the Burgermeister.
Thank you.
What Smoot means to say is that he is the Burgermeister.
Yes, that is fine if you can read what I'm saying and you can understand. Good. I am the Burgermeister here of the village of Barovia. How can I help you? I am currently, lunch, mid-morning break. Everyone else has gone out to the fields.
He said he wants to know if we need him to help us with anything and that he's got lunch.
Doctor, you can take a brief rest. It's okay.
Okay. I'm not a child.
No, you most certainly aren't. We know for a fact you are not.
I apologize for earlier. I do not see many halflings here.
Yes, well, we do come from quite a ways away. I'm not surprised that you wouldn't necessarily recognize. We just happened to stumble upon your village here and were just curious about the locale here.
Yes, I gratefully so. This is the village of Barovia. It exists under the shadow of Castle Ravenloft, which is towards the north. You will see a great mountain and a castle built upon it, many miles away. That is where Prince Caspian is. I am one of his now 4 burgermeisters that rule this land. I am in charge of this city, so this town, and the surrounding lands.
Very good. We are traveling to sort of figure out the strange appearance of your kingdom. You seem to have been transported somewhere from where you originally came from. I don't know if you've noticed or heard.
I have been recently informed this morning. The Knights of Barovia have traveled back, and they have informed us that the lands we are in are not the lands we were from. And we have been transported to a world called Gulasi.
That is correct, yes.
Yes, it is not common knowledge. I just found out this morning, and I was teleported back here.
Indeed. Upon learning this, we were hoping to speak to both you and possibly one of these knights to help welcome you to this world, help and maybe answer any of your questions. Maybe you can answer some that we have.
I am afraid the Knights of Barovia are busy on business, as we have other things that we have them to deal with. But you can talk to myself or one of the other Burgermeisters. We will greatly talk to you. Our prince is currently busy. He is planning funeral preparations for his brother, which the knights gratefully slew. Though he was the brother of darkness, he was the brother to Prince Caspian, the brother of light.
Yes, so this brother, Prince Caspian, his brother was a vampire lord, but Caspian was not?
No, he was the devil, Strahd von Zurovich, slew Prince Caspian 400 years ago.
And then Caspian was resurrected somehow?
Yes. When his brother was killed, a beacon of light was reached. The curse was broken, and his brother was brought back to life.
That is quite miraculous.
Yes, quite indeed. Many, those that were vampires, were turned into humans again. Those that were long dead were brought back to life. Those that were slain by the devil Strahd were also brought back to life in the beacon of life in which he died when his dark gifts left.
That is most remarkable.
Very.
And it would seem, based on what we've gathered, this same light may have transported Barovia to Gullasy in the process as well.
We believe so.
One negative side effect, seemingly, is that you seem to have displaced another nation here on Gullasy.
The Summer King.
Yes.
We have been made aware. King Quintilius the Bald has made us aware, as well as his Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud. It is, I do not understand how good or bad this is. Barovia is free, and that is what I care about as a Burgermeister. Whatever happened to this Summer King, I do not care. There is only one king, well, prince for me. That is Prince Caspian von Zurevich, brother of light, Lord of Barovia.
That's all well and good, sir, but the Summer King was kind of keeping the peace in this region. And without him and his godlike powers, you may be invaded.
Sir, I have lived under the thumb of a vampire lord who slowly killed everyone around him for joy. Human armies would be a blessing over the monstrosity that is Strahd.
Don't think you understand. These guys are bad with a capital B.
Somehow doubt they have the power to just undo it.
It's the Hobgoblin nation that
Wriggledon?
right?
Yeah,
Gazetteer.
out of character, you're talking about the Dragon Empire Gazetteer, yeah. They're the bad guys, yeah. They're
Dragon Empire
capital B bad guys, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that the Summer King was keeping in check, right?
The Thaans, even the Brilliants. Even Rokugan to a point. Rokugan was only allowed to war with the Holy Kaza Kingdom because it was still considered one land.
So I'm just, there's a lot of nations in the current area vicinity that will, you're gonna want to protect yourselves, is what I'm trying to say, sir.
I appreciate your advice. We do have the Knights of Barovia, and as long as they're here and they don't leave our lands, we are safe.
Didn't they leave your lands?
Just briefly. I mean, they were coming back. It's not like they went off to adventure somewhere and didn't come back for months or years at a time.
Everyone looks over at Corey.
Just 5 years. Ish.
Oh dear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. We're here now. We can take care of
We
them, right?
also have the resurrected Knights of Agenvostenod. Barovia is protected, and we have conquered the Devil Strahd. I am confident we will be able to conquer any enemy that comes before it. I would die for this country.
Okay. Just giving you a fair warning, a heads up.
Yes, and also it seems prudent to warn that apart from overt hostility, there are many conniving individuals in power in this world too who would seek to increase said power, who may try to sway you with alliances while hoping to get the better of you down the road.
Apparently, yes, we have been forced to sign a treaty. For the Prince Caspian to marry a princess of the Exalted Empire. In exchange for, throughout the realm, throughout the years to pass, when Prince Caspian dies and they bear an heir, that heir will inherit Barovia and the Illidan Woods.
The baronet, you say?
Yes, a princess of the Exalted Empire, a lady. I gotta pull it up. Aurelia. Oh man, I should know this name by
She
now.
was Aurelia.
Yeah, I think it's Aurelia. Yeah, Aurelia. Princess Aurelia. Thankfully, she is only 8 years old. So, not within marrying age. Not for another 8 years.
I see. Captain, I'm at a loss at the moment. Was there anything you wanted to ask the Burgermeister that I could communicate for you?
Well, so he can understand us at least, but
Yes, then I can translate.
I don't have much to ask him. I'm mostly interested in. Are there any strange areas around here with any like we saw the temple on the way up? Any other weird areas in the neighborhood? Any ruins or anything suspicious?
Plenty of those around here. This was lands ruled by the Devil Strahd. He has much temples and foreign areas and places of power that are scattered throughout this land, hidden and buried treasures old and new. There have been many adventurers who have coasted across these lands chasing seeds that he himself has planted, so that he may slowly eat them and live upon their suffering. It's every year. I see like 7 or 8 new people. They're dead within a few months. It's terrible.
Literally, it's every year.
Every year for 400 years this has been happening. My father, the ledger in my hotel room book is filled full of dead adventurers. From exotic, faraway lands. Mechanical men. Weird, tentacle men. Men like us. Men like you. I believe once, even a few times, lands from the lands of Gullisy. They claim to be from Faerun, Exodia, whatever that other world was. He'll name off like 15 worlds. I've never been to these places, but they have claimed to been from them, pulled from their worlds through the mists of Barovia to feed the Devil Strahd. So, anything else I can do for you?
No, I don't think so. Not for now. The princess seemed like a good enough child with our time with her, just so you know, for whatever that's worth to you. We've traveled with her before.
Oh, no, that's Princess Priscilla.
Oh, okay.
She's of a different house. That's of House Caviar.
Okay.
Okay.
The King Quintilius is of House Baton.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
Okay, that's what I was assuming too. Okay, yeah.
No, I've got nothing else for him then.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, let me know. This is my hotel. It's pretty cheap. It's only 25 copper a night.
Mind if I peruse your guest book?
Sure.
Excellent.
You peruse this guest book. What are you looking for?
Basically any names that I recognize in any capacity. He said it's from all sort of different worlds. Are there any like names from legends or potentially if they're adventures from Gulf Sea, any well-known heroes that just disappeared? I have history knowledge.
Roll me a investigation check. No, history. History's germane. Let's do a history.
Would it be possible to ask him where I can get like a book on the language of Barovia?
Book on the language of Barovia. Yeah, he's got one.
Okay, I would like to buy one.
That will be, I want to say, 75 copper.
All right then.
Gives you a +2 equipment bonus, and it considers you having a teacher, which doesn't give you equipment bonus, but you can learn.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
17.
And I am proficient in history.
Yes. There is one name that does pop out to you. Because you're a member of the Moonlit King's Court.
Ooh.
The name is... Oh, give me a second. I might have to look this one up. Oh, shit. What was that name? Give me a second. Let me look it up.
Yeah, it dropped out a couple times. My screen, Corey.
Yeah, like it's my Google keeps like telling me,
Okay.
hey, this Google's not responding.
Okay, so
Anyway.
there's one name that that pops out to you. Sky Cloudheart. Winter Knight of the Winter Knight of the Courts of Mithras.
Sky Cloudheart.
Yeah, Sky Cloudheart.
Yeah.
Sky Cloudheart was known to be the third Winter Knight. Every few hundred years, a new Winter Knight arises. The current Winter Knight is, I want to say it is Victor Winterrock. The Winter Knight is the strongest fighter of the Winter Court. And specifically, he's under control of the Queen of Summer and Magic under the Winter Court, the counterpart to the Moonlit King. Sky Cloudheart was known because he wielded a weapon called the Black Razor, a sword that was rumored to be able to kill a god. He went missing many years ago with the Black Razor, and he was never seen again, and a new Winter Knight rose in his place. It is rumored he went to go kill a god for his queen, but never came back, probably to fail. The Black Razor, the legendary sword, was never seen again.
Okay, interesting.
Say the Black Razor.
The Black
Yep.
Razor. A sword made of oblivion and starlight.
I got this great idea for something we could do, guys. We can go search for a grave somewhere here in this country with no sense of direction.
Just randomly start digging.
Pick a direction, and that's the way we go.
Yeah.
That
Probably
great
got
black
killed by the
swords.
vampire lord and he just dumped the body somewhere randomly. It could be anywhere.
What's the novel? Holes. We gotta dig 5 feet apart, 5 feet deep, 5 feet wide.
Shovel by shovel.
Yep.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
What time is it for our?
It's afternoon right now.
Okay.
Just like the
Yeah.
role play. Role play amongst yourselves.
I don't know what else we should do today, Captain. Besides, I mean, I might attempt to learn the language now that I'm starting to sober up a bit. But Is there anything? I mean, we do have other pressing engagements elsewhere to get to.
We do, yes. I'm concerned that once again we come across the Viscount's name out in these parts already. Though it's not surprising, he would capitalize on an opportunity to make an ally like this.
It's reasonable. For better or worse, since it does appear they are a real country, it may be worth seeing about doing something for them. Just to be on an earlier list of allies.
Indeed, yes. Although they sounds as though they have formidable soldiers under their employ. Who knows if they'd be able to counter the might of nations like Gazetteer, or the Fae, for that matter. And more pressing, now that we know for sure that the Summer Court has apparently been displaced somewhere, what do we do about the message we were supposed to deliver to the Summer King? I mean, there is the courts at Mithras. The Winter Court would be the next most powerful of the Fae kingdoms.
I can't see them helping us to get to the Summer Court.
Is the DM still here? I don't see him.
Yeah, he's here.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Maybe not winter, maybe spring. Maybe would help. Find
Spring is the
someone.
one who
Question for the DM.
Yep.
sent us to him.
Oh, that's right.
How much would everyone know about the Fae courts?
I did some reading up on them
Yeah.
last week. I did some rolls.
And I did some stuff way like 2 or 3 sessions ago while we were traveling about Mithras.
Tom and Corey know a little bit about it. Johnny, you know about the. You actually got a decent amount of information. You also know who's generally in charge of the courts, right? You have the names of the kings, queens, prince, and princesses of each court. Though you don't have like the rest of the hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is this: Would people know if there is a balance of power that is kept between the summer and winter courts? And if that balance of power is upset, is that potentially catastrophic?
That is a good question. Trey, since you asked the question, you get the roll.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Give me a... Since you're from Brillia, and it's right the fuck by it, make me a history roll.
A what roll?
History. Yeah, history.
Oh, nope, not in that side. 12.
Are you proficient?
No, but I do have a +2 to it, so...
You are not entirely certain. Like, you think it would definitely maybe be bad, but you don't know how it would be bad. But
Rutherford would bring that up to the group. He would bring up that potentiality to the group.
Okay.
What potentiality that?
That life on Gullisea, as far as Rutherford understands it, there is a balance that's kept between Swit, and that's kind of shaped how the world works. And if one side's just completely gone, that could be catastrophic to all life on the planet.
Oh, your question was all life on the planet, not Mithras. Or
Right.
was yours for Mithras? That was the question. Because you were mentioning Mithras. Did you mean Mithras or the world?
The world. The world. Goal is.
I'll give you that. It's bad. You're guessing if he's not there, it's basically like the one guy that had the nukes that stopped everyone from going to war is gone. And everyone's been able to stockpile people and army and weapons for 70 years, and they haven't had a chance to use them.
They're going to get real violent.
Like Barovia has been wanting to go to war for a long time.
Oh, no.
They've been participating in the slave trade hard because they can't really do anything else. They got a lot of guns and no one to shoot them with.
Except their own slaves. But that's just counterproductive.
Not made
It's
of
counterproductive. I mean, we need them to work the fields and shit. But, I mean, without Big Bad Summer King, there's no one keeping anyone else in check.
Yeah.
Not only the winter court, but fuck everybody else. So, I mean,
So
that's
then,
bad, right?
then are you doing this so that to tell us not to go to Mithras?
I'm saying we should probably.
Because that's kind of what we're leaning is go to Mithras, possibly, and see who we can talk to about
I
the
suppose
Summer
that-
King being
okay,
gone.
yeah. In regards to Mithras, like,
They don't like each other. I mean,
no, but I would assume that the Winter Court would also be like, yeah, okay, without Summer here, the balance of power is gone. And I would think that the two courts would be all about balance.
I'm still. So what? So they're about balance. So then, so don't go to Mithras, or
I would go to Mithras and see if they would help, because I would think that they would realize that shit has gone sideways.
Yeah,
in a
I think
different
that's
way.
I think that's what we were saying earlier. Is we were trying to figure out then which court to visit when we got there.
Yes, because on top of just all the nascent tensions between the nations already on Gullisy, there's the matter of both Hastur and Thara's Dune.
Yeah.
There are other entities trying to break through this plane in order to inflict their own chaos on the world,
Yeah.
which it would do well to let someone know. That was why we were tasked to speak to the Summer King at first, and if he's not present, then it would make sense that the next most powerful monarch or leader would be the next logical step to go to.
Yeah.
I know
would be
they-
better.
And that the Winter Court hasn't the best reputation, but they're still a lawful kingdom, and I'm sure they would not appreciate outside incursions from beyond this realm.
So I think it looks like either way we're going to Mithras.
Indeed. If we wanted to, there's, well, I don't know how viable an option this is, but Varisia is allies with Mithras. They have been in the fight against the Fey invaders. I don't know that I could necessarily get us in that way to speak to someone in power who could maybe provide us with an invitation into the court proper or not, if we need one. Could also thwart whatever designs Nickel Cloud has on me if he wants to ransom me back to my father, if we just return me to him before then to circumvent that.
yeah, without you showing up on your own either way.
Which
Chauncey
is-
won't be happy, but that's too bad for him.
Well, yes, he can go fuck himself. Well, that's, yes, I don't care for whatever his designs are. Sorry, what's in this wine again? That was, wow, uncharacteristic of me.
That's water.
So, I guess our next plan of attack then is where to next? I know we sent our ship off to Fair Valley, and there was talk of going back to the Isle of Dread to possibly salvage that airship still on there, which could prove useful to have if full-scale war does break out, to have an extra vehicle to rely upon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once we have, we got rid of the other one, but if we can get... sorry, lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Yes.
It happens.
Although we could also, from looking at the map here, go to see Varissia isn't too great a distance away from where we are now. It's a bit shorter, I think, than flying all the way to the Isle of Dread, and then, of course, Mithras is almost next to that there. We could go that route first, try to seek an audience with the Mithras court there, and then head to the Isle of Dread from there. I'm just trying to think of possible paths we could take. In what order?
I still do have that quest that has a
oh, yes.
to finish.
Your lightning ruins. Yeah, right now it doesn't look like we have a lot to do here in Barovia. Well, we're planning on doing at the moment. Not that there's not options, Tony.
There is a literally countless options I've thrown at you guys.
Nothing to do.
I mean, if we wanted to, maybe they do have some small jobs we could do to garner further goodwill with them, so we could call upon them in the future.
And from a meta perspective, if we do enough stuff here in Barovia now, we could mess with stuff in Corey's other game.
You bastard!
Burn down Argamboston.
Corey's other character starts to fade from existence. What's happening? What?
You dicks. At the same time, though, that'd be freaking sweet!
And then, of course, do we still want to return to Ryanair to have that follow-up with Nickel Cloud?
True.
The follow-up to Nickel Cloud involves bringing you to Nickel Cloud, which, I mean, I'm all right with, but I'm not sure if we're ready to take him.
Yeah, he originally asked for the ring in exchange for further information about myself, which at the time I'm not so concerned with after learning all of this. So if we want to bypass that, I'm perfectly fine with that. Not to say I don't want to take care of him at some point, but anyway.
Oh yes, we definitely will. We just need to get a bit stronger first.
So shall we see if there's anything we can help them with now that wouldn't take too long, and then Hearthstone back to our ship to sail back to the Isle?
We're still going to stop and go to the lightning area first here. And then Isle of Dread. Do you guys particularly want to do anything here? I'm not sure I'm...
Nothing at this time.
Alright. We'll leave this newfound country and the disappearance of the Summer King for now. And we're gonna Hearthstone baby back to our boat.
You're just gonna Hearthstone back to your boat?
Just right here, right now.
Okay, so what's your modus operandi? Since it's like 11:28, what do you guys wanna end with? What are you guys doing?
Go back to Fair Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like
Has our ship made it to Fair Valley?
Dude,
It's only been 3 or 4 days, right?
It's
So they
been
might not have gotten very far.
3 or 4 days. If it took off that day, I'll give you a rough estimate because your character doesn't know exactly, right? Because it's somewhere.
I mean, I could pop off ascending just to contact Jace to be like, "Hey, how's it going? Where you guys
could.
at?"
You could.
And
I would do that.
because we'll show up at the ship, wherever it is.
Yeah, that's good to let them know we're
Question
coming.
of how far away it is from the lightning area and where we are. Depending on where the ship is, it might be better to just walk. Because what? It was.
You guys are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Ooh, that's
11,
farther.
12, 13, 14, 15 hexes away from that. But you will pass by Edmore where that dragon is on the way.
Wait, well, what dragon is?
Edmore?
Yeah, that's one of
Was
the
it one of the
dragons
rumors?
west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bit of a travel regardless if we go on foot or bamf back.
Yeah,
to the
that'd
ship.
be roughly about 4 days worth of travel. If you guys did good travel and got good success.
Fire giants are closer.
Yeah, about 2 days away from the fire giants. Maybe 3, depending on how you roll. I'm just throwing plots out there, like whatever you guys want to catch.
Yeah. How far is the lightning area from Fair Valley?
Fair Valley. It's like not that far. It's about quarter day travel. Right. It's only,
okay.
It's
Then,
not
yeah,
that,
we might as
you
well
can
do
you
the
can
ship.
see it in
God
the
damn it.
distance. So.
But then we have to charge the hearthstone in the ship's hearth for 7 days before we can use it, right?
No. That's only the attunement part. I believe it takes 7 days for it just to charge before you can use it again. It's just the attunement part is for 7 days. It has to sit in the hearth.
Okay.
Which you guys did on the way here. You put it in the hearth in the ship and just let it burn.
So yeah, shall we just hearth back to our ship then? Any opposed?
No.
All right. Well, let's rent a room. I'll go into that room and teleport away. Leave the town like that.
Okay.
Right.
So you give him like what? You give him like
I'm gonna buy one room.
one room. One room for all of you is going to be 75 copper instead of 20.
We're gonna have a meeting, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 75. You give him 75 copper. You go into the room and you never leave again. Another horrid story that will
You
be
should
told
lock the
in
door
town.
first.
Don't lock the doors. Don't be jerks. Obviously, yes, lock the doors.
It's not the weirdest thing that's happened to this town, let's be
Yes,
honest.
but do you keep the key?
We rented the room. No, then we'd have to pay for rent for however long it takes us to get back here.
We come back. It's been 20 years of back rent.
You owe me
Compound interest.
25,000 copper.
We face the most powerful force in D&D. Compound interest.
All right, so you guys teleport to the ship. All right then. You guys will start the game off on the. It's still the afternoon, right? It's late afternoon, and you guys teleport to the ship.
Where is the ship?
The ship is not at Fair Valley yet. It made it all the way to. It's about in the Gulf. I'm going to move the current Enterprise thing. There we go.
Is the ship on fire?
We'll find out next game, but it's not on fire. The encounter you guys rolled, you guys ran into that.
Oh. Neat.
So I've moved. If you refresh the page, I've moved the Enterprise to where it currently is.
Pretty close.
It's about a day, about a day's just normal sea travel to Ryanair. So there you go.
Guys, do you think you can summon Baba Lagasa from anywhere? Lasaga from anywhere?
Stop! Don't say it again. Don't say the name a third time.
I only said it once. The first time I said it wrong. It's fine.
Are you sure you said it wrong? Corey! Mute him! Mute him!
Metagaming moment. I will say that she is a bitch.
Oh, it wasn't that hard of a fight, was it?
No, but she kept tricking us, like disappearing and running away.
She's a motherfucker, isn't she? Well,
Getting to the fight.
Yeah. Well, I guess the fight was
You're
pretty
saying
tough.
I shouldn't make a deal with her?
That sounds like they got her eventually, so we don't need to worry about her, right?
If we can take care of her first.
Yeah, but how many
lost
people
that
did she
experience.
kill before they got to him?
That's true. I would say any chances of you guys fixing the timeline, please do so.
By the way, guys, it turns out we never fought her. She got killed earlier.
What? My previous
She
character
came
who
back.
died is alive again? What?
Oh, God.
Big ramifications here.
Anyway, well, she's not Corey. She's not technically dead. She's a gem.
No. Yes.
Of
She's
course.
a gem. You guys still haven't dealt with that too. Like one of you isn't put in a downtime. She's a gem. There's only one place to put an evil like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Ooh, where's that?
Oh, it's
Up the
there.
what?
It's one of those places filled full of power, magical items, and the wishes of
I
the
know.
gods.
I'm sure I'll get us to accidentally stumble in there eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, obviously, make a deal with everything you come by too.
Ooh, I like this plan.
There we go.
More power.
All right.
Can I multi-class into Warlock again?
Let's just say this.
Select a new Patriot on top of it.
Characters who make deals in that end up leaving behind babies covered in chocolate.
What is it with you and chocolate, you
babies
guys?
and pies.
I'm just saying, sometimes your character makes a bad decision and he ends up running around the countryside leaving things covered in chocolate.
Hey, I'm just saying, anybody whose character hasn't eaten a baby, raise your hand.
Oh, wait. Today?
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Well, I guess that's the
guys.
worst thing the kid's done, let's be honest.
That's true.
You guys are like, good. I'm like, oh, I should have gotten one.
Anyways, episode 48. Leading into episode 48, I'll put it on there on the Facebook. Let me know what you guys are going to do. Like, if you guys are going somewhere, I really need to know. So I can, just like with this game, if I knew where you're going, I can plan the areas.
We're going to the lightning area.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you plan on going to the lightning area. Okay, what do your backup characters want to do?
Isle of Dread.
Start all over again. Become pirates.
Noted.
Lenny
Okay.
is getting all the money from all the rest of the crew by cheating them all at cards.
Okay, that's fine. I'll prep the lightning. Actually, I've got the lightning area already prepped because I prepped it a few games. Actually, prepped it a long time ago, so that area is prepped.
A long time ago? Damn, dude. We haven't been here that long.
Well, you haven't, but the other game had been through this area before.
I've heard of Elk.
I doubt the Knights of Barovia have been here.
So that's another useful thing is that, not the Knights, it was another game, the B team.
Oh, okay.
As you guys travel the world, I generate the world, and that is reusable for everyone. That's why, the thing is generating an entire world takes a long time, so I generate where I know you guys are generally going so I can put them together.
Okay.
He fills it in as we run into it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully before then too. So I only generate that day is when I don't, So yeah, welcome to a sandbox, guys.
Yay,
Okay.
sandbox.
So I will see you guys on episode 48. We're getting close to 50, guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys on episode 48 on the Dungeons and the Dragons with the Nostromo.
Bye.
Stop streaming and stop recording.